said, I don't know. We ain't never gonna see it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It don't matter. But welcome back to the To Be Fair Show. I am your host, Johnny P.
Oh, yeah, real.
It's Q.
And we back. Another good one. Before we get started, want to tell everybody, please follow us on all social. It's at the To Be Fair Show. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Please tap into the chat. We got a couple back there already. Like, comment, subscribe. You get all our notifications. We here every Sunday, 4:30. Glad to be back.
Yes, sir.
What's been up, fellas? What we got on the docket? The boy, the Heisman winner.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I could throw into it. And it'll probably spur a bunch of different conversations. But we can start off probably just by addressing the Travis Hunter situation in general. General thoughts of it. Travis Hunter just won Heisman. Was it like a week ago?
Yeah, I guess 8 days, whatever, last Saturday.
Okay. In which I'd say over the past month and a half, there's been a bunch of maybe you would say inflammatory videos that have came out that leads the trail to a lot of people being skeptical of the woman that he chose. I think her name is Lena, I want to say. Like there's been like an example where it was at a football game. He just, had some kind of record-breaking performance. He was upset coming out the stands. There was the Heisman where Deion had to tell her, "Hey, get up, lady." There was them being on. I'm just running down
No, I just want to make, because I didn't know about the Heisman. What happened at the Heisman? Why did Deion have to make her get up?
Like when everybody stands up when they announce the winner. Like, I mean, Deion, his wife, like everybody stood up. She was just mom clapping.
She kind of.
Oh wow.
That just looks like no home training though.
All I'm doing is like I haven't even went through like my opinion on it. I'm just like running down.
I just wanted clarity about what happened.
Yeah, just the different events that I could think of off the top of my head. I know that they were on some version of a podcast together, in which I think that she said that he wasn't her type.
Okay, yeah.
I think that I'm trying to think of like some other things. Oh, I think she said that that he goes to the club. Well, she makes him stay outside the club.
She said she used to when they first met.
I guess when they first met, he used to be outside the club for about 4 hours while she was in there drinking tequila.
She said a few hours.
She ain't say.
I heard y'all talk about it on.
Wait, hold on. I think she actually said 3 to 4. Like the end of it was 4. I don't know what the beginning part. She might have said 1 to 4 hours or 3 to 4 hours. The end thing was
she
4.
put a
Either
time
way,
limit
that's
on
crazy. But go ahead.
That's crazy.
They got the music video 3 years ago.
Well, I haven't seen that one.
They said
she was in that music video,
but they've been together for 5 years,
and that was 3 years ago. So they saying it happened while they were together. We can, we can look at the strip club joint that she worked at. You heard about that?
Oh, nah, she was a stripper.
Yeah.
She said she was a bottle girl. But they went and did research at the place that she worked at, and they said in order to be a bottle girl, of course, you have to be 21, but she was 18, and they saying that at 18 you could actually participate in festivities. Yeah. So I mean, hey, this is just
so I guess like where we're at right now. It sounds like there's a bunch of more
people know this stuff.
Hey, because of the internet. Hey, people that start trying to. And I don't understand. You got free time as a grown person, and you just want to go and investigate.
Somebody went to the club and was like, "Hey, like
I don't know."
But that again, that's the internet on all sides of it. They're going to do a background check and see what's what.
I need niggas run my shit. I own up to all my shit. I own up, bro. You might as well. Ain't no need. You might as well own up and just, you know what I mean? I don't pretty much say it all of my shit on the show anyway.
I personally don't think I have anything crazy, but I also wouldn't tell niggas to just go crazy because they'll fuck around and just find made up shit and then try and report it to your job or some shit.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I'm glad where I work at, bro. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I ain't got no skeletons that like.
Yeah, I ain't got no.
I'm scared of, but I mean, there's stuff that like. Of course, I don't want to be out there. There's certain
that
private
biggin.
shit.
It's that biggin.
That what?
That biggin. It's that biggin that we talked about. You remember that biggin you were telling me about?
Man, I ain't ashamed of it. Bro. If it was a good time, it was a good time. But yeah, I ain't scared of nothing like to where you gonna blackmail me. over my past.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, hey, I ain't never did nothing to where like you gonna make me look crazy. You gonna look like an asshole for trying to exploit me or blackmail me. So
yeah, my thing would be I just would be uninterested in like the lies that could be made up that they'll try and throw to your job and shit like that.
Yeah, that's the job.
And like that's the thing that you see a lot. It don't matter if shit be true or false. Like when the internet get on the nigga ass and they want you up out of there, they're gonna make them calls to the job and just say anything. But I guess we could toss it and see what is your general take on it as it pertains to it.
You don't want to play the joke real quick?
Oh, I can. I ain't know if y'all wanted to give like some opening takes or not.
I mean,
we could do opening takes.
I mean, to me personally, I think it's like I think they young and dumb. People like make mistakes with their kids. They've also been together for 5 years. So I mean, if she is running a play, it's the long game, and like there has to be something.
So she was with him in high school?
If they're 20, whatever, 5 years ago, that would be like 16. Like if they've been together 5 years and they're 21, that would put them at 16. So that's like, of course, like,
okay.
Like if they've been together 5 years, I don't see how people like, she don't like him, she don't do this. Cause like, he wasn't going to win the Heisman 5 years ago, but he was a good football player. But if she stuck it out, she didn't stick it out knowing he was going to be this. There might have been potential, but like you stick it out because you fuck with somebody.
He was the number one player in the country.
Yeah.
In high school?
Yeah. If we go back 5 years ago, he was that what he was.
He's been that guy his whole life. There's no way that he just all of a sudden became. You know what I mean? He's definitely been the guy.
Yeah, he for sure. I mean, like because I remember when he signed to Jackson State, it was a big thing because of Deion landed the number one recruit in the nation.
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember seeing some of his high school tape, man. Like, boy is good. He a good football player. Like, I ain't taking. I mean, he just won the Heisman, of course. But for somebody to stick it out 5 years and then us all of a sudden look at like their relationship and be critical of it, I think like we've seen maybe this last 1 year of their relationship. I think people just need to get out their business and let that man do what he gonna do. I ain't saying I condone it. I ain't saying I'd be with that lady or not, but I don't know what their relationship is. It's a whole bunch that happened in them first 4 years that we don't know about. And I think, I just think people just, especially grown folks, we talking about these kids' relationship.
One thing I think
it's crazy to me.
One thing I will say though is that, and I understand you the mature take. I don't want to take that take because I agree. I think that most grown people who have their own lives going on would say that we need to get out their business because they're young and let them be dumb and da. I think that that's the normal grown person's take. But I do understand the fact that like you talking about getting married. Then so I was doing a little bit of listening to one of my guys' pod. I used to talk about him all the time. Who you talking to pod? I don't know the name, bro, but he got a dope show, and he kind of like broke it all down and was talking about all the different information. Say that they're planning to get married in Texas, and Texas has a pretty much where you can. A prenup doesn't stand in Texas like it does in other states.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they're saying that she planned to have the get married in Texas.
Why Texas? I thought they was from Georgia.
It's for that reasoning. From what I was getting from him was that they're getting married in Texas for that. She wants to do it there for. Well, he was saying it's possibly for that reason because of the fact that you can kind of the prenups don't really stand. I would agree with the idea that like if you're that guy. You know what I mean? And we all know he's coming into some bread. Getting married right now probably isn't the best thing
we already
could do.
I think he's at least he's a multi-millionaire at minimum right now.
Okay,
he's had a couple years of being like 7 million on the NIL.
Oh yeah, the NIL jokes. Yeah. And I don't know how healthy or smart that is to do at that age, and then also with the amount of information that we've seen, like even the not my type thing. She clarified the not my type. She said it was because he had a girlfriend at the time. So I don't know how this 5 year, really this 5 year shit's not really adding up, but we're going to just go with it. She was saying that when she said he's not her type, she was saying that like, because he had a girlfriend, she could see he had a girlfriend based on his social media. She didn't want to fuck with him because of that. And so that's what
I don't know if I've ever heard
thing.
Somebody. What does that mean?
Hey, that's what she said. I'm pretty sure it's in some of the clip that we gonna see.
She getting that good media training.
Tries.
I never heard anybody say that their type was based on like if they had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or not.
Exactly.
But I mean, like a type is usually like.
But she's
20 years old. She could have played it off. I don't know what she meant. I ain't see it, but it maybe she meant like I don't like players. Like I don't like dudes with girlfriends. You trying to holler at me and you got a girlfriend. I don't like dudes like that.
But then she still would have talked to him when he was doing it. So then she would have went for the player.
People go for what they say, not they type all the time.
Oh, bro, the women be capping all the damn time.
They have a list, and I want this, that, and a lot of times they don't go with what they type is. So like, I can't even like get mad at some like if she just kept it real, because like I've seen people end up with motherfuckers that's not they type. I've seen somebody list out what they type is. You look at their baby daddy, the exact opposite. So I mean, people end up with like. I don't think that's that bad of a thing to say, especially if you've been with a person for 5 years. To say when I first started out, I didn't necessarily think he was my type. And then
I think that could be fair. I think that she kind of lied about it. That's probably what like people would.
I'm just trying to. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Bro, look at him
the other side because we don't know what she meant.
But let's not act like we don't
know what
see.
She said wasn't the reality of it. I think that 9 times out of 10, if we're just being honest and we look at the scenario how it's set up, those two, more than likely when he first hollered at her, she didn't know he was who he was.
Exactly. She's looking at his face.
And then eventually it was like, oh, no, his name rings bells in the city.
I got a joke because I mean,
this nigga's funny looking.
Sometimes dudes will not talk to a girl and then she turn around and all of a sudden she your type. Like, I mean, there's different things. Like, first impressions ain't always everything. I mean, so just because she had a bad or first. I don't think that's the biggest.
So right now, what are you making the argument about?
I'm just trying to help defend the lady because I think people are giving her.
What are you? What are you defending the gynocracy right now, bro? But that's what you're doing.
I guess I don't even know. What are you defending? Like, what is your rebuttal saying? Do you think that she did, like, she was attracted to him and she just?
No, I'm saying she probably wasn't his type. I'm saying that's not like a big, huge indicator on like the success of a relationship or whether she's gonna.
I don't think we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, maybe
I think we were just saying
jumping the gun. But yeah,
she probably was lying about saying it was because he had a girlfriend. That was the only point I was making.
That's what we was talking about.
Okay, I got ahead of myself,
Johnny. We're not talking about aliens.
Putting the cape on.
I just got ahead of myself.
Johnny with the cape.
We ain't got there yet.
Okay. What's his name? David Walker. Where David Walker at in the chat?
He already angry with me.
I'll push play on a couple of these and
bro, look at him, bro.
The conversation.
Look at him. That's what she was talking about.
We're inseparable, bro. We with each other. Like, she hurting, of course I'm gonna be hurting. If I'm hurting, of course she gonna be hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all, come on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That joint hurt, bro. But then again, I'm talking to people that like, go ahead, bro. I don't care. I'll rather all y'all leave right now and go send text messages. So when she wake up in the morning, she get on her phone, nothing but positivity, nothing but positive energy.
Those are snaps.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's still sleeping. She slumped.
All right. Dion had to hit it with that tap real quick. Mm-hmm. Let's see if there's any. I don't think there's any more on this one. I just went to as random as I could get of different things. Oh yeah, I guess this recently came out that she was putting hard eyes in my boy.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I wonder when that was. That was in the last 5 years.
Well, he only been in the league.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
I did.
I mean, that's crash out type behavior though, because like that.
I can't tell you exactly.
See, that's good enough. Like oh shit, like that makes me be like, oh okay. But like the not my type and the other stuff, like I just could put that on just being young and dumb. But that's like that's bad. That's deceitful. That's like you out here on that BS. The other things I can kind of
rough.
I can see how it's not that, but that's blatant.
And then these times we living in too, bro. The times we living in and like the relationship dynamics that we see on social media all the time and being talked about, these dynamics. And then you have these flags right here at this current time that we're in.
I don't want to push play on the video, but maybe is this the video that they were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
She was in it.
Yeah, the one with her in the bed with
Okay.
For the streets.
That is exactly what that is. I think my dog Bow Wow, yeah, he had some advice for her. I'm not sure exactly what that advice is, but we could listen.
Check this out, gang. It's coming from your boy Bow Weezy, right? I never met you, don't know you, know nothing. But I will say this, because I've been watching from afar. I'm not the type of nigga to jump in people's business, but I was once young, about to make a lot of money, and I know how this shit goes. So I need you to hear me out. Number one, I don't want you feeling as though everybody jumping down your back or cats is hating. That's that young nigga mentality. I want you to look at this like niggas care about you. And especially in our community and in this industry, not a lot of brothers get the opportunity like you about to get. You know what I mean? You about to get the biggest check in your life. You about to go to the NFL. And all we are doing is waking you up, young brother. Because if you don't see what the fuck is going on, gang, if we didn't give a fuck, we'll let you crash out. But from one player to the next, hey, my nigga, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason. Travi. Check this out, gang. It's coming from your boy Bow.
You just said you don't know the nigga. Now you giving him nicknames.
She commented on another nigga page, an NBA nigga with heart eyes and the motherfucking money tongue out. That's your fiance. Wake up, young brother. Fiancés don't move like that. I ain't never had one of my motherfucking girls ever lay next to me in the same crib as me under another nigga page, leaving heart eyes with the money tongue out. Total violation. That bitch was backing up her shit. Fuck out my crib that day. I don't play that shit. You out. And it's like you so caught up in being in love with this bro. I don't even think this woman really loved you like that, bro. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here?
That chicken.
What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what the fuck keeping you here? You gotta ask, but you young though. But you gotta ask yourself some questions. We not coming down on you, brother. We trying to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Before this motherfucker, why she commenting on another nigga.
I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
Last but not least, young brother, I want you to live your life, man.
All right, there we go. I was gonna let it ride into y'all. Yes, y'all's tired of it.
I'm ready. I can't wait till we get to Have You Ever Been Travis Hunter? But go ahead. Let's continue. What were you about to say, John?
The NBA stuff, like I get it, because you can't comment on another nigga's shit. But when he was just like, what he said there at the end, about the not my type looks. Ain't no woman getting with a man just off looks. Men gotta have something other than looks always to be with a woman. And none of women don't get with dudes because we're pretty. Or
when you're younger, it happens.
Like as a man, you gotta have that other shit too. You gotta have some bread. You gotta have some kind of stability.
Yeah, but we talking about kids though. So like when you were 20, 21 years old, a lot of it was based on presentation. At least that, I mean, I ain't had no bread. I ain't had no bread. I wasn't having too many troubles at all. But I ain't had no bread. I ain't get. Well, no, hold on.
I think when you're younger, it's not about looks for them. It's about motion. They go with the cool dudes. They go with the fly dudes. Like it ain't about just like money or look, but it's about like that motion. You got to be that guy. But I'm saying even in high school, there were plenty of dudes that wasn't like that. That was still getting it because they either was popular. They either extracurriculars outside of school. They was good in good sports or something. But it was always something that the women always like the drug dealer dudes. And half of them don't look that good.
Yeah, but that was money based. But I'm just saying, like in general, you're on average, like your average dude, when you're that young, bread is not one of those. You know what I mean? If it wasn't, that's what we used to complain. Well, not complain, but we had to identify with the fact that the girls at the school was trying to date the dudes out of school because they had a car and all that stuff.
No, that's fact.
But like generally, the dude that was getting something that was in school and the girls in school, it was because bro was, you know what I mean? He looked good and it was attractiveness. You know what I mean? You had the sports guys, the basketball, football players that you had that, but on average, like if you was getting some, it was gonna be like based on your presentation. Yeah, because I was a nigga, like I ain't had no clothes like that, you know what I mean? Until until I started working, I ain't had clothes and shit. But I still didn't have a problem. It was like just because of, you know what I mean, being like a cute guy type of shit. And I think that he's probably had a hard time his entire life due to his looks and shorty, you know what I mean, his success on the field, and that's going to begot financial success. And so you're going to get different type of women purely based on that. That's just what it is. Women like resources.
So what do we talk? I mean, oh no, like if you calling the man ugly and you say the man trash, and then now he got a baddie because he played football, ain't that what you're supposed to do?
That's what I mean. That's how it pans out. But the only thing I'm saying is that when it pans out that way, then what is she there for?
And would it be wrong for a bunch of people? I guess this is the narrative that I'm hearing a lot right now. You kind of like spoke to it a little bit, and Bow Wow talked to it also. Is it the internet is hating on him, or are they trying to forewarn him of something that they've seen happen too many times? But where he does seem like somebody that's wet behind the ears, hasn't necessarily always had the availability of the best or baddest females
or females.
See, you taking shots, bro. Like that's the thing. No. See that's why like people using it to take shots at the man.
No.
Like that's what I don't like.
I'm also just being like real too, bro. Like when you're you know what I mean? We all had got a homie that like just, you know what I mean, was facially
I don't know if
challenged.
the dude ugly or not. I don't know what an ugly man like. I don't look at men and be like ugly or not. Like
I know what an ugly ass nigga look like, bro. You do too. You can sit here and act like you don't, but all right, let's go ahead. Go ahead, Q. Finish what you was talking about, bro. My bad. I digress.
Yeah, I think that like more times than not, like the average person looking at him would be like, huh, you're probably just now getting this version of
that's fucked up.
Go ahead, bro. You know what that meant, right, Johnny?
But I think that the average person will be like, this might be, if not the first, like he could be susceptible to being spun, simply put. And there's a lot of people that see
Johnny got real tears coming out of his eyes. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, most people be they would say that he's susceptible to being spun. And the internet conversation that I'm seeing going back and forth both ways is, should we let them be young and dumb and have their relationship and whatever happens? Or is wisdom learning from other people's mistake and actually listening to what your OGs and people that have been there have seen these red flags that are popping out and being forewarned about? Is it beneficial, or are we going to look back inside like 3 years and be like, damn, we should have told him the signs was all there. This is another young black man that has now been robbed of his riches. To me, I think that probably is like one of the interesting spaces to have a conversation at.
And just a quick question: do we know was he raised like by a single mother? Was his pops around? Do we know?
Yeah, his pops. I don't know how much.
His pops was he just got out of jail. He can't leave out of Georgia.
Okay, so he was raised by his moms.
I don't know when his pops went to jail, but his pops is in his life.
Yeah, but I was talking. Okay, his upbringing. If he's just getting out, he probably had a little
answer would be yes. For my understanding, at least. All right, so in him giving the acceptance speech, you talked about how his dad barely was able to make any of the games and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
So if you put 2 and 2 together,
right.
His dad just now getting out of jail, still not able to leave out of the state, did some time. The likelihood he was raised inside, like I don't know if his mother got married or remarried or anything like that, but his biological dad was in and out of his life.
So, I think that's an important thing, because y'all two didn't come from that, but I came from the single mother household thing. Me and my pops kind of got cool later on, but it takes a little longer for you to get hip. You know what I mean? If you ain't got that guidance, and you like the uncles and all that, and then we also are hard headed. So we're gonna see how this plays out. I doubt he gives a shit. Obviously, based on his responses, he doesn't care about whether it's the wisdom like we did. We didn't really listen to the older heads when we was younger. You know what I mean? They was giving game, and like when you get older, you be like, nah, them niggas was giving game the whole time. They was trying to look out.
But see,
but you don't really you don't internalize the information because you look at it like, yeah, y'all just don't know what I'm going through. Y'all don't know. This is my scenario. You've never been through this. This is not your specific.
I am the exception.
Right. We you know what I mean? But you don't know her like that though. I know her though. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's like I say, well, we don't know. Like we don't know, but I mean,
seen this shit a million times too.
I've seen a couple red flags, especially like the Anthony Edwards shit. Like that's about the only thing I've seen.
That's the only red flag.
I mean, that's the only one. That's the one that's like egregious. That's the one where I'd have an issue with if it's my lady.
The music video was cool.
They was together. I mean, obviously,
I don't know how I feel about the music video thing. Like if she was just doing like her,
if she got paid to be in a music video, I mean.
Okay. I mean, I ain't that type, but like in the bed, her legs wrapped around him. He's sitting in between her legs in front of the bed.
There's a lot of those girls that's in music videos that are with guys, right, with rapper, and nobody says anything to them.
What I'm saying is that what I'm saying, only thing I'm saying, my preference wouldn't be that. Even when I was a young nigga, I wasn't on that type of time. If you was aspiring video vixen, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that wasn't somebody I was going to talk to at any point in my life.
So if a girl ever did a video, it was over.
No, what I'm saying is that if we're dating, I'm not gonna have my girlfriend. That's never okay to be doing any type of whatever the fuck that thing. That's not okay. It's never been okay with me. But I do understand that other people have different, you know what I mean, preferences. And if it's bringing in money, which I don't be on that type time. You know what I mean?
Well, my thing, like to me, this isn't to speak to like my personal preference on if my girl will be doing that or not. As much as is that like the most egregious thing. He was using the word egregious.
Okay.
I wouldn't use that as like. It's a dub. Like she was like, in comparison to like,
but I get it.
Like, you know what I mean? If that's my personal preference, my personal preference probably wouldn't be my woman being what, like, however you said that she was hands around his neck, wrapped around her. Probably not. Right. But I think that there's a bunch of other things that comes in play that I would think that would be more red flaggish and egregious, where, like a lot of the out in public things, and then just it's certain things that you probably stay away from saying about your man if you have his best consideration. Where we talk about like she was out here saying that he was a cheater and shit like that. Like, why you got to throw that on? Like,
see, that's more of a red flag.
Like when again, like even like the
signing of autograph shit. You remember?
Because everybody already is looking at y'all too and it's like, this don't match. But we get it. But then when you throw out like, he ain't my type, he wasn't my type, he had to work for me. It already seems like there's like a leverage play, a power play, to pay attention to. Again, none of these things mean that anyone isolated, in my opinion, is the worst thing. But when you start like
stacking them,
stacking them. Like when it like the whole little thing, I guess with the Adidas thing where she was ready to leave. He was doing some version of autographs.
Yeah, okay.
Things and stuff.
That was bad.
Elaborate. I didn't hear that one. What happened?
I think he signed with Adidas, and there was some event that was happening, and she was sitting off to the side, and he was signing autographs, and it got to a point where she just was tired of him signing autographs, to my understanding. And so, like, I think she was throwing some version of like an attitude about the whole thing.
Because she was ready to go and he was still doing what he had to do for work.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think he gave her the option maybe to like you. In essence, he's Adidas artist, so or athlete, to where Adidas opens up their entire store to them, and so like his whole family was going on the shopping spree. He was like, you can do that, you can go back to the hotel XYZ. You know what I mean? But I guess she had some version of an attitude. Again, the whole issue with him having a historic game and. I don't know if y'all done ever like did some fire shit and then like you turn and then you see that like just some like you in a how about this? Not even fire shit. You're in a good mood and then you see that attitude coming. You like
fucking up my
damn, bro. Like I just ran for 500 yards. Yeah, of course it's not what he did, but you know what I mean. Like imagine that's the embrace that you're getting instead of like, hey, like to me that there's a part where like
saying something about that. She was angry with some security because they wouldn't let people on the field.
Yeah, not letting them on the field but to me, still, if I done did something amazing for you to make that moment specifically about you,
facts.
Yeah, no, that would piss me off. Like that would be one of those things that,
yeah, and so to me, that's where like you start. Not to mention, we ain't get to the Anthony Edwards. That's egregious. I think that those like that's even like more egregious. But when we're just lining out character traits that if it was my son or somebody I cared about, I'd be like, there's a line of things you should really be paying attention to, because of most of these all point to like a one spot. Of course, it doesn't mean that it has to, but if we're just doing percentages, after every single scenario, that motherfucker keep going up a little more.
And my thing is, if none of these things will actually make you call it, then by the time you call it, she'll be getting piped. She would literally, if you ain't gonna leave from all these different red flags and all this stuff,
cheat on you.
I'm saying that for you to leave, she at this point, like, what does she need to be getting dick?
Oh, she has to cheat, or
you know what I'm saying? For him to see him like, okay,
but I mean,
that's enough things compiled on top of each other to say I'm going to be done. Like, what is the thing that you're
like? Are
we saying, would take?
Are we saying he has to break up with this girl?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if he hasn't called it quits at this point, like, what would it take for him to call it? Like, would it have to be like the? But extreme?
I guess that my thing is that outside of the Anthony Edwards thing, I don't know if it's like a isolated thing that would just make you call it quits as much as like all of it together questions the character of her and if it makes sense for y'all to be together. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. And that's where we get the simping from, because all of these things together make it so that it's like, okay, and then you sitting out in the parking lot of the club for 1 to 4 hours.
Why did you say it about him?
Yeah, like
this is weird things that you.
This is like simping, like that's how I knew he did that. Knew his pops wasn't around. What nigga you know gonna sit in the parking lot for 4 hours, 2 hours? Because you went
whether
there.
She was lying about. I feel like she was lying about that.
But that's my point. Like, why would you be putting like
that's crazy?
Yeah. When you in the same thing, you said he a cheater, and then he was outside.
He's a simp cheater.
Okay, all right. So we dragging a little one. I guess before we get into like building more conversations, the simp word was just thrown out. Is he stamped, certified lover boy, certified simp?
I mean,
go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be like, I mean, because I don't know, because I don't know the boy, and I don't know everything. So I mean, there's probably some good stuff the woman done did that got him and so
that box.
I mean, if the box is amazing, like I mean,
and then we gonna say he probably wasn't getting too many chances at it due to his disability. And
do we think he could do better?
Yeah, he can with that bread.
Okay, well then if he can do better, he ain't doing it. That's
probably. Well, I think honestly, I think that like a lot of us as being raised by single mothers, like we don't know. We pedestalize women too. We pedestalize them, and then once you get the box, especially if you're challenged like that facially, the opportunities aren't going to be so. You know what I mean? So you're going to end up probably simping. It's just something that, but I think that you can grow out of it. Like I grew out of it. You know what I mean? The super OD lover boy. I was on that. I was on that type time when I was younger. It took some years. You know what I mean? It took some years of, you know what I mean, going through different little fucking, you know what I mean?
So why we ain't let this boy live his life?
I think, but don't get married though. That's the only thing. I feel like, bro, live your life, love that girl. You know what I mean? Y'all can wear rings or whatever, but don't go sign the paperwork though, because that's too far right now. That's too far. And like y'all heard me earlier, I'm an advocate for younger marriages. But then when you got that bread, see that situation, it changes everything.
But
because
he gonna have to worry about that with every other girl moving from here on out.
Yeah, so. But just mature, get through be with a few different women and get some relationships under your belt, and then like make the decision once you actually know what you're getting into. Because at this point, a lot of the times, if you look at it, any great athlete, they ain't really got time for girls like that. If you're a great athlete, I'm pretty sure this boy's been going through training and school. He's been training and school and games. That's why the girls pretty much say, like those famous athletes, they call them niggas suckers. They say that they suckers, they easy. You know what I mean? The bad joints. I was listening to I think it was
they say that about football players?
About on 520 earlier today.
Kill when it comes to football.
They say that's what they say. If you bad, she say that they don't really get groomed into like.
Oh, maybe they talking about like. I
really
guess
good
my only rebuttal that I would give to that would be the best time to get them would be when they're in college, because
athletes?
because once they make it out of college, usually they done ran through a lot. NBA players, I think, is also different because most of their best ones go 1 year and out. So they don't get like the full 3 years of being the it athlete on the campus. And when you get that, typically, like you be out.
But ain't that the same in basketball now too? I don't watch, but they say like the good niggas do a year, right?
Basketball,
no,
but football
NFL,
you have to stay for 3 years.
Oh, in football you do 3.
You have to.
Okay.
You can't join the NFL to 3 years after your high school graduation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like they end up having a lot more of that. And that's where a lot of times the people that exploit them end up being like the females that didn't grab them in college or something like that. But once they make it out, I think, for lack of better terms, shout out to all of our football playing audience. This guy's from Football City as well.
Oh yeah.
They have concussions and they kind of don't be the smartest a lot of time too.
Hey, well, why'd you shout my city out just as dumb?
Hey, Johnny was hyped too. You threw him a little. He felt good about it too.
Call shout my city out just to dump on us. Nah, but I mean that is true though. Like a lot of those guys. Well, football culture is so different, and there's a lot more football players. I think you can. Just because there's more football players, I mean you're gonna get more dumb ones, more suckers, like all the bad stuff. You're gonna have more of it just because there's.
But I think the population of
football players
are
dumber than basketball players.
Yeah, I would probably say.
I could admit that,
especially if you take away quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are smart typically.
Quarterbacks and offensive linemen are typically smart. Some of the smartest dudes I knew when playing football. Well, some of the dumbest I knew were offensive linemen too.
Yeah, about that. I think they just big boys.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been in football locker rooms and basketball locker rooms, and by far, football locker rooms are the insane place to be. it's an insane place to be. Basketball locker rooms,
Epsom salt and testosterone.
Yeah, but all kind of shit happened. Like, yeah, it's just like
what they do to you, Johnny.
Nobody did nothing to me. I witnessed some shit, but yeah. So
I don't even know if I should ask about that. That was a wild statement to say.
What?
You witnessed some shit?
Yeah, some boys just like, yeah, it's football locker room shit, bro. It's gay stuff. Like I'll say it. I'm uncomfortable in a football locker room. I never felt that way in a basketball locker room, but football is just because they hit. It's just a weird place. Yeah. It's a weird place.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the main question was, is it simping? Was he simping? Y'all say yes. Say yes.
I say I think if we don't give him like the simp crown now, in a couple years, he definitely be well deep into.
What else would he have to do to get the simp crown? If he said like, "Hey,
I mean, if he was
a gold digger, I'm a gold digger."
I mean, if he was doing this at 25, you could give him the simp crown. But
right.
In college, it's a little early.
Okay, I guess I get what you're saying.
like as a young dumb motherfucker, it might not even be simping. It might be stupidity.
It's in love. He's in love.
Like
he's
it might not be simping
so I
at
guess
this point.
Let me ask this then. What's the difference between simping and just being young and dumb?
Because I think simping is you've had time to understand and you choose to do it. Because you can't do nothing. If you're just dumb and you don't know no better and you haven't been taught the other side, then
say this one more time.
I think simping, a lot of time I look at it, I think about like a grown man that's doing the young dumb stuff at 25, at 30, and you know better. You know that these
women, so simping so in your opinion, simping has an age range.
Hold on, don't say y'all just yet. This is a new thing for me. I'm listening to Johnny. It sounds good to me right now.
Well, to me, because I think it's simping becomes more like when you're older because like you've had time to be experienced with women.
What do we define simping as?
Pretty much like the yes man.
Or like, just bending over back. Well, I don't know exactly. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know exactly where we're putting this simping, or just being with a woman that you know doesn't like you for you. Isn't that what it is? Staying with a woman that you know doesn't really like you?
I guess it's
doing, I guess in my quick understanding, I would say it would be doing almost like doing things that will probably be beneath you to stay with the female,
like not a lack of self-respect to stay with a woman.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I think that comes with age. Cause I guess
I'm not rolling on that.
I
think that
you gotta also
he's like this nigga done been in. He's
21.
I mean that, but you could be simping. I don't want to put relationships to like high school, but 18 and past that, I think that you can be simple.
In high school, you think there's high school simple?
I just made the differentiation. I said I don't want to talk about high school.
Okay.
I said 18 and up. I think that you can be simple, and I think that especially like somebody with him who has had attention and money and like he's had a lot, at least for the past 5 to 6 years.
I think that's,
and especially on side like a college level. Yeah, it's just hard for me to think of how it wouldn't be simping and how simping needs to be at 25 instead of at a point where you're
a
just
maturity level. It's not a specific age, like once you hit 25, but it's a maturity level thing about it. Because I think in college, like,
but still, I think younger boys do.
Women mature faster than men,
but younger boys typically dog females more times than not. Like their plan of action, typically, if you have clout and you have, how about this? If you are a guy that through high school in general, you was already getting females. Mm-hmm. I think that those guys typically are dogging females when they get to like college and whatchamacallit, if they're inside his exact same footing. I don't think that age and his actions line up to why he's doing what he's doing at all.
Well, you don't think it has anything to do with immaturity, or?
I'm sure, but like it'd be like
too, bro.
It'd be mad immaturity that happens older, younger. So yes, I think immaturity does play into it, but I think his version of immaturity still falls inside the simp bucket in my estimation.
No, I think it's like you like knowing that you was simp versus like when you 25 and older, when you're simping, like you know it.
You can feel it.
You know you can feel it. It's clear. But like if you're 21, you think you're in love. Like you know what I mean? And then you got the single. I'm telling you, bro, that plays a difference in there.
Okay, what about this though? Like if you've never been in love before, what's the difference? And then like, but once you've fallen out of love, once you've had that first heartbreak, and then that woman broke your heart, and then you didn't learn nothing from it, and you do it again, then I think that's simping. But I think everybody's entitled to like.
But
a mistake.
Like we talking about like 14-year-olds. We talking about
college kids. Like put it in college,
right? But that's my point. I think that there's certain things I would give like a high school student, and like, but we talking about like somebody that's about to graduate from college now.
Okay,
like I remember being in college and making really intentional decisions.
But he's also been dating.
He also made some really dumb ones in college too, though. There's a lot of dumb decisions that happen in college
for sure. And like, there's parts where you look back and be like, "Oh, I was kind of simping right there." I think and we can eventually get to that part. I think that all of us had like different parts or moments where you could be like, "Man, that was kind of like simpish. That was simp-like behavior," or I was simping at that moment. And that's how you learn and you grow and you build. Like who you are in a relationship, who you are as a man, it's just a part of the process. But then, like, we're just like pretending like it isn't what it is, though. I guess I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I ain't trying to pretend like it ain't. Well, I think that I
think it is simping, but I think
you gotta think about it. If you're 21, if you've been dating this girl for 5 years, so
that's what they say.
I'm just saying, we just gonna go with what they saying at face value.
You know what? I think it's even worse if that nigga was at Jackson State and he was just with that motherfucker.
Walk around with her
for 3 years. Listen,
bro, that's
I'm sorry.
I'm telling, bro. You gotta understand the single being raised in that single mother, that household is like literally you're raised to be this amazing idea of a man.
Right, it gotta be something different. I don't know. That shit crazy to me. Like all them black women. We talking about like Mississippi, Texas fat asses.
But then look at him too, though. Don't forget that part.
But he was him ever since he stepped on any campus. He was the richest athlete there, and he had the most attention out of anybody. Yeah, like inside Jackson State, he was a.
So what should he have done? Should he just slept with like a bunch of women there, or like get it? Like what do you like?
Oh no, I think that if he carried himself different in a relationship, I don't even think you put simp on him.
He ain't gonna know.
Like if he operated with like some level of self dignity, I think that you don't like put.
But I mean, me and you got like fathers.
So I'm trying to tell. I
think that has a lot to do with it because a lot of the simp behavior, when you look at how they was raised, I mean, I'm not saying he's not simping, but there's a reason for it. And I think it's forgivable at a young age, and it's okay, it's acceptable.
I don't think that nobody's saying that this should be thrown on him forever. Everybody trying to make sure he don't make life-changing decisions.
And see, this is something that a lot of people don't understand too. Is like just because you are good at a thing, don't mean you actually have confidence. So like just because you can play a sport really good and you're fucking don't mean that you got confidence as it relates to like, especially with women. Just because I can catch the shit out of a ball don't mean I can really, you know what I mean? I ain't got riz. That don't mean I got riz.
You might not be able to read or so. There's people like football players that like, no, there's been people like they're really like talented, but they're outside of football or something. They literally have nothing else.
Intelligence, not actual like, you know.
And then do y'all mind like kind of going through the comments before we get into our
yeah,
if we were
and so I'm just trying to make sure I understand one of the points y'all was making. So y'all are saying that people that grow up in single mom households are likely to be simp or exhibit simp behaviors early.
Are more likely, yes, are more likely to exhibit those behaviors early on for sure.
Okay,
I 100% believe that.
All right. Yeah, we'll start with this one. You play grown-up games, you get dealt with like a grown-up. I don't understand why he rushing to get married. He has so much going on.
It's cool.
She's in it because she wants what she knows he's going to have.
I don't disagree.
When you are young with money like that, you should not get married so soon. Not saying that you need to go and sleep with a lot of women, but you need to know your value. Money gives you new value.
I agree with
so if he doesn't marry her, it's okay. If they just stay together and don't get married, then
all right. So what part of the conversation are we talking about? Like, there's different little things.
Just
is it okay that what? Are we still on simp? Are we saying like is their relationship
I'm talking
okay?
about their relationship, like or like if how it plays out. I think a man needs to be in like with the woman that doesn't like. I think you got to learn that kind of behavior or learn to look. So like I think it's okay for him to be in this situation, especially if he doesn't get married and they just break up and it's cool. But like, so I see what people are saying, like, hey, don't get married right now. Right. But for us to be like kind of dragging her and dragging him for them being young, dumb in a relationship, I think you got to let that play out. And like, there should be some, don't get married right now, young buck.
Especially with the bread. When that bread is involved, like it's at that age, just imagine being young. And that's why I think like they were talking about not putting that much money into these kids that early because of the fact that they aren't like mentally ready yet. You're going to make all kind of dumbass decisions. You know what I mean? As a kid, you're going to make all kind of dumbass decisions, and that bread is not going to help you. I mean, of course, it'll help your family.
Especially these athletes that get that bread that don't have the background, don't have the support coming up, and you just been out there with just your mom and whatever.
Johnny just trying to argue with me about this on Unpack.
What's that?
The NIL and positive negative.
Oh yeah, no, that's too much money.
I think I ain't a big NIL guy.
I seen a little bit where you was talking about the $25,000 in South Carolina. Yeah. Like I think that's fine. They should be able to get something because they're making too much money off of these kids for sure. But when you start talking about making fucking 17 and 18-year-olds millionaires from sport, that's crazy to me. I think it'll do more harm than it does good.
I'll disagree. I
think it'll do more harm than it does good.
I think more money will do more good.
No, I think there will be some. Think about all of the players, NBA and NFL, that they got that bread and they just tricked all of that bread off.
What about the ones who didn't and they like?
But do you think that they're comparable in population? There are many more.
Not at all. And I can only speak through. I haven't.
Will you disagree
with him? Not you.
Oh, you said not at all. I thought you. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. I ain't always disagreeing with you.
I want to be up to speed. I just want to be up to speed. Make sure I ain't missing
nothing. No. I'm not big on NIL, and I don't side on the same side that Johnny sits on. Where, from what I've seen, again, I don't know as much when it comes down to like what statistically the conversion rate of kids doing successful or not, but I can tell you what I've seen personally, where we've had maybe basketball's grassroots biggest NIL player come to Charlotte, which was Mikey Williams. And I seen what the attention from that, he was a reclass, but when he was in 10th grade, all the way up to college led him, in which that ended up leading him to a crash out. This nigga then got charged for shooting at somebody leaving his house and shit like that.
He back now. He played at UFC.
But no, he's playing at UCF.
UCF, yeah.
And he's like the 11th man on the team. He doesn't get in the game. He doesn't like. But mind you, this was the number one. Player.
I remember hearing his name, and I don't even.
Yeah, this is the number one player in the country, and like he was in front of like what Bronny James ended up not being like. I'm trying to think of everybody who got drafted last year. Whoever the number one pick is, he was in front of all of them up until his sophomore year. Up until his junior year, he was like top 15, and I seen over the course of 3 years what the money did to him, his motivation to get shit done. Going from having every Division I college at your doorstep to now having to take a year off and then going to UCF, who is not even known for basketball, and not getting on the court.
That's crazy.
I think that's a hell of a drop off. But the thing is that I'm close enough to like some NIL players that's, again, signing with agencies, doing a bunch of different things, and keeping their head on their shoulders is extremely hard. And that comes from like even from like the coaches having to deal with them.
Can't tell them shit.
Yeah, that you start seeing their family relationships kind of like go through different like versions of things, and that's something that again I see, and this is before they've even made it. So like whatever this introduction of shit of money, like it's fucking like these 16-year-olds up to a point where they don't end up even getting close to the end goal. And that to me ends up being like the issue or the problem is that if you're getting it so early, but it ends up leading to like complacency easily.
That's true. That's true. But think about this. Think about the dudes like back in the day who didn't get any share of money, who was star player, end up getting hurt or end up getting blown out, and they never got the chance to get the money.
But what I'm saying, we're talking about the both extremes. Both extremes are the wrong answer.
Right. To me, I like what Gilbert Arenas does with his son, where all of his money, he takes everything from his NIL money and he puts it to the side.
He's rich already. It's different.
But just
and then it's about the fact of having that dad there. That's a clear difference.
I think that he does that, and whatever his son wants, he asks him what do you actually want? And out of that, he'll give him like different things. And his son kind of has a lot. But to him, he said he didn't want him to touch the money because he's seen what it does. Like the complacency, all this shit sets up. I mean, sets in. To me, I would be more for, especially if we're talking under 18, if we're doing some version of like a trust that's set up that they can't touch it into a certain amount of time, to where like you are getting value for what you're doing. But I don't know how important it is for a 16-year-old, 17-year-old to be rich in high school.
That's fucking
no. I can give you that. There's a system where you can get the money after so many years.
But and to me, like the same thing with
fellas.
Yeah,
let's not go.
My bad. I got an NIL. So we can get into that.
We gotta go
way far off. You had anything else, Tone, before we get to if we've been Travis Hunter or not? Your mic ain't no.
Hold on. You could definitely do better because all he needs is the correct person to style him and let him meet a woman who is equally yoked. He's just horny but not dumb. Marriage is not right at this time.
Could be both.
Well, horny and dumb
usually go hand in hand.
I think it's probably
the question is this right here. I think she took his virginity. She flipped the script, turned his world upside down.
I'm telling you, that's what I believe. I'm with Unc on this one. I'm with Unc. Like that's more like that's what it looks like to me.
Sense because I guess she's saying that he was cheating. He was a cheater.
He had a girlfriend, but because you had a girlfriend, don't mean you was popping. But you talking about 16, 15.
But I guess like she was saying he was a cheater.
Number one,
bro, that don't mean you was popping, bro.
Maybe not.
Like I said, just because you can play, you got confidence in one area, don't mean you got confidence in the other area.
He was them cheerleaders was throwing it at him.
Bro,
All them girls around there, you would have to be completely socially inept to not just fall into something. Because they if anything,
bro, this nigga said if she a gold digger, I'm a gold digger too, bro. This nigga was a virgin, bro. That box, that was the singular box he got, and that box is fire to him. That's the firest box out there right now. The firest.
Well, I think it's the firest box he's probably had. Oh, she did a trick that he liked.
Ain't no telling what she know. Like you say, they say she was from the strip club, so she
might have
probably
made the man some spaghetti.
Right.
Oh, no.
The hair in it. The roots on my boy. But she'd had to been in the strip club after that, though. Like if they're saying they've been together 5 years, if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we think. Like the average young boy is losing his virginity at today's time. I think it's later than we did. I think it's later. We were a little bit faster because it was more face to face. You know what I mean? We had more. The whole thing was face to face or on the phone. You ain't have no FaceTimes and all that shit. I think that they're probably
like all that. Like school still happens. That's all.
No. But I'm talking about. Okay. From what I've seen. And I've not been around. You've definitely been around more kids in that age than I have. But I've, got some tenants that got kids and all that kind of stuff. They literally talk on the phone with the same sex all day.
But girls like, always be talking on the phone with girls though.
What I'm saying is that like we've, in my opinion, and which we've said, we all say this, like we're having less human to human interaction or face to face interaction.
No, I guess what I'm saying is that
the kids are still having more.
They're still.
No, I understand they're still going to school, so they're seeing each other in school. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that do you not think that if the world is more of a talking in a digital form, that even the actual in-person social experience is more awkward? You're probably not going to be as good at.
I personally think that it hits after school, probably mainly because most schools aren't letting you walk around with your phone now, and like school is kind of still school. From what I've read, from what I've seen, from what I hear. Again, when I'm at the games and shit like that, all the kids is just walking around trying to look cool and talk to girls and do all that same shit. I think that once they leave school, I think it impacts us as adults so much more.
Probably
because I think college. I can't speak like specifically to it. I'll have to ask Amira and D, a couple of college kids that I know. But I think that it might impact them a little more. But I think they still see each other so much still. Like when you're inside these enclosed spaces where you get to see people a lot, I think it hits different than us as adults.
Yeah.
It's just it's like we don't have like community things that we have to do over and over and over.
Yeah, I can see that point. So what we going? Ready to go in? Was that it, Tone?
Only last comment I had up here was I always tell shorties I value respect over love.
That's an interesting point.
I think they're becoming, in my opinion, I think that like a lot of the times they go hand in hand. Like for me as a man, my interpretation of love, a part of the interpretation I have with love is respect. Like respect. If you can't be disrespectful to me and love me. I don't believe that.
I had to think about it,
especially if you're talking about like you have no benefit to being here. If you have a benefit to being here, you could force yourself into like long term. And then
so if a man cheats on a woman, can he still love her?
Absolutely.
He would be disrespecting her by cheating on her.
No, see, the thing is, okay, in my opinion, which I'm not a cheater, but I've gotten to talk to a whole bunch of different guys, and in my opinion, simply just cheating doesn't make it disrespectful unless you're lying. The lying is the disrespectful part. But if you're
can a woman cheat on a
in
man,
your face,
can a woman cheat on a man and still love him?
Come back, yeah, I slept with old buddy.
Yes, I believe she could still love him. No. But she probably ain't in love. She's not in love with him, but she probably still love him. Probably she could still love him, but she ain't in love with him.
And you don't see her or him cheating on the other person as disrespectful to that person.
Only if you allow that person to believe that you're only with them.
But making the decision to cheat on this person isn't a disrespectful act.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. And I'm speaking as it relates to I don't in most of these type of scenarios, I don't put men and women on the same playing field. So like I think that men we would take it as disrespect And I think that women probably, I think that more women would say, if it's not in my, if it's something that I don't know, what I don't know don't hurt me. They've been saying that for fucking years and years and years. What I don't know don't hurt me. So I think that it's different if you playing in her face versus like a nigga that bought some pussy. So to me, if you, Johnny, if you paid for some pussy, you think that's cheating?
Yeah. It's definitely cheap. I mean,
I don't believe so.
Bro, Vic go in and out.
Okay, so if you get a hand job, is that cheating?
Yeah.
So it's not dick going in and out. It's the fact that you're having somebody
sexual contact. Yeah,
sexual contact is cheating.
Yeah.
So what?
Like how is it not cheating?
If at any point in time your lady kissed, not necessarily yours, but just saying this hypothetically,
a lady.
If a lady kissed a man and she was another man and she was married, you wouldn't look at that as a version of cheating?
I would say she probably cheating on you.
Okay.
I don't look at a kiss as cheating, but she probably cheating. If she kissed, bro, she probably cheating.
What would that act be?
The kiss is cheating.
I don't look at it the same.
So if your lady kissed a man?
See, I think that like we trying to make all the fucking thing, the whole thing is cheating. So okay, let me ask you this:
but if your woman sleeping with a person isn't cheating, I don't know what could be cheating.
If your girlfriend kissed another woman, is she cheating?
Yeah. It's technically, yeah, it's cheating.
I guess. All right. We just think about it differently. We'll just think.
I mean, if you're not cool with it, if y'all haven't like had that discussion,
there we go. That's what I'm saying. If you're not cool with it, so the idea to me is if you're because okay, so let me ask you this:
but if it's within the rules of your relationship, but if it's not and you kiss a woman, it's cheating. If we haven't had that discussion beforehand and you do it, it's cheating. Now we do and you do it, then okay. I'm
just stuck at like you can put penis in vagina and it not be cheating.
Only thing I would say is I said that it depends on what your relationship is, bro.
No, I'm just saying like regular people though, like it's like we
regular people. Time. Yeah. If y'all have an agreement or if y'all have an understanding that we feel that if I'm sleeping with somebody or you're sleeping with somebody that is something that we're not doing, and the expectation is that you pretty much convinced me and everything that we know about each other is to say that we are like not going to be physical with anyone else, right? Then that's cheating because it's like telling the to me the deceit part is the worst part.
Well, that could be worse, but I guess it doesn't take away the action. I guess in my estimation, I think even if you pay for pussy, it will be cheating, and even if you tell them that you cheated on them, it will be disrespect.
I think that honestly, I don't know.
But if you're saying like I think you pay for pussy behind your woman back, that's still penis and vagina.
And then you go and tell her.
Like, oh no, I ain't saying no. It was talking about
but then it's worse then. Because you said that's even more disrespectful.
If you're playing in her face, that's more disrespectful.
No, I thought you said if you don't tell him. You got a bunch of what
me and his mom ain't raised him like this. I'm sorry.
That was good. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
Those are two tenets of like your cheating thing that I don't really understand.
No, so the only point that I'm making is that like honestly, I think that for anybody to believe that a man in his 30s or 20s, 30s will be with one person for the rest of their life is a fucking asshole. I think that doesn't even make sense. I think that if you actually believe that and that's the standard that you're thinking, or because I'm just humanizing the whole thing because I've just talked to most of the guys I'm around other than y'all are like 50. So like I usually talk to these guys and the shit doesn't exist. I was talking to my mom the other day and then we were talking about it and I was like, we talked about the cheating thing and I'm not really interested because I just don't put myself in these scenarios for it to take place. I just try to be smart. And because I've been married for so long, I like we were talking about before, y'all said that, oh, if you're just the kind of man that won't cheat, then you just won't cheat. And I said that, no, it's about allowing yourself to be in a placement where it can happen. But you was like, no, if you that type of guy, then you just ain't going to do it. And I'm just like, okay, well, if you're just know that if you put yourself in a situation where this thing could happen, then you're probably going to be a fucking man. And that's just what's going. So you
could turn down pussy. Like that.
I'm not saying that you can't turn down pussy, but what I'm saying is, of course, that dick discipline is definitely.
Like you can't if you can tempt you. If that's the real test. If you can't,
what I'm telling you, Johnny, is over time, you go. Okay, let me go back. As a man, to have the expectation that you're going to do something that probably only 1-2% of men have done. This shit has never been even a thing in the history of fucking human beings, bro. Like to think that a man is going to be that. It's just not realistic. I told my mom, I was like, you wanting something that you don't know any woman that's gotten. You don't know not one woman that has gotten the thing that you're asking, that's your standard.
What, not cheating?
Yes.
Not getting, every woman's been cheated on?
What woman you know the name?
I mean, I'd have to ask. I'd have to do some research.
I guarantee you, bro. It's just what it is.
So that means every man is cheated too.
I think that every I would say that probably maybe I'll give it 5% of men will probably never sleep with another woman. If they get married 20, 30 years old and they like 40 years, he's done it. Everybody granddaddy that we know that's married 40 years, he done it. She knows too. And she said, if it ain't in my face, what I said, if what is it? What I don't know don't hurt me. That was saying shit my grandma was saying on my pop side. My mama just said that to me the other day, not saying, and she also said that the standard is not cheating. I just don't believe that this thing exists.
But see, I think like
I don't even know how we got here, but
yeah, I think with people like if you get married like 30 and you done had a decent time before you get married, it's easier because you married to settle down.
So do you think is it just men or is it women too?
What is easy?
If women have more sexual partners when they settle down, then it'll be easier for them not to have sex again with someone else.
Yeah,
but I believe that's bullshit.
I do. I definitely. I'm not because
that's bullshit, bro.
I'm gonna say because sometimes people get tired of being hoes.
Well, I'm saying,
like sometimes people once you done had your fun, you see it. A lot of times people just get tired of living that lifestyle, and then you change.
Right, but we talking about 30, 40. We talking about being married from 20 or 30 years old until death do us part.
But if like sex is already losing its appeal, like sleeping around random people, even at this age, I don't already, then it's easier to say that versus if you get married at 21 and you haven't slept with a lot of people and you haven't got it out your system, then it's a lot harder to say. It's easier for that man to cheat because he ain't done nothing. He's only been with this woman or that woman. But if you been around, it's easier to be like, I can settle down with this woman and I'm cool with that because I'm happy with my life.
Okay, so when have you seen that before? You think?
What
have you seen it before? So I do think that there's an age where a man gets to a certain age where it does
a point where they get married. Like I mean,
where a man's let's say sexual appetite gets to a point to where he's just like not really caring about it.
I'm not saying not caring, but sleeping with random women.
No, but I don't. What I'm saying is that let's not make it like an extreme. You saying sleeping with random women? I'm just talking about just on a simple form of like a man that is not cheated. You're saying that over a period of time that like a man or men in general get to a point to where their sex drive or their attractiveness or you know what I mean, that this thing goes away. It doesn't
matter as much. Like at 35, getting some when I was 20
for sure
mattered to me way more than getting laid at 30. So like it does lose its importance over time. As long as you know you're gonna get it, like you don't be worried about it. Like it was 2 times I was in college, I was like worried about the next. Oh man, I gotta get something lined up for the weekend. Let me text this joint.
Johnny, what I want you to do. So like, ask your uncle. Don't ask your dad because I mean I understand that might not come off as like the most. Ask your uncle. Hell, ask Unc in the chat
about what?
About the same question we have. Like,
hey, Unc, what's up, Unc? You listening?
Yeah. What's up, Unc?
Let us know.
About what? What do you got?
Talking about like your sexual appetite as you get older, like it drops. Like you don't care about sleeping around.
No, we're talking about it definitely it dropped. But I'm talking about like we're talking about if you get married at 20, 30. I understand like probably like 50, 55. I understand that like at that point you should. That just makes sense to be tailoring off. Then we're talking about from being married 20, 30 years old until death do us part. Of course, we got that time period where I believe around 50, 55. It probably does. Die down a bit. Hell, from my understanding, my pop said that's when you really
down a bit. What you talking about?
Your let's say the crave for the sexual cravings or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I think like post 35, there's a big libido drop too. I think women's go up and men's go down.
Yeah, women that menopause thing.
No, I know that part, but I haven't heard the men's go down. Most of the niggas I know that's 50. Most of the niggas I know that's 50 popping off, bro.
They also on that pill too to get it done.
No, they not, bro. That's that new age shit. That's the 30-year-olds and shit on them pills now.
Walk around them shits like Skittles, bro.
Yeah, because I didn't know of a lot of like
y'all niggas don't be around no old niggas, bro. Y'all,
bro, I've had old dudes offer the shit to me. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that there ain't no dudes just taking pills. I ain't saying that it doesn't exist.
They be taking the blue chews, the honey packs.
I think there's more the niggas our age doing that shit now, bro. That shit's so popular. Every time, matter of fact, I don't see nothing but people, I don't see nothing but young niggas at the corner store getting them fucking gold packets. Whatever the fuck.
But that ain't Viagra. That shit that's different. But like the Viagra and Cialis, I think that does something. Like that's an actual drug they taking. You gotta go to the doctor and get that shit.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, the honey pack just help. Like,
hold on. Niggas don't be having like real erectile. Most niggas don't have erectile dysfunction probably at 50 years old. That shit's not real thing, bro.
I don't know.
I think that you go against like all of what science.
I'm just I don't know no niggas that
I ain't never had a 50-year-old piece. I don't know, but
these niggas.
I think that like
50-year-old
Viagra
and
Cialis were all made
unless
for
these
like over 40-year-old men. I think that's like who. I'll look up who the biggest consumer of it is, but I'm almost sure that that's their biggest consumer. But that's what Viagra was like made for.
I think no. No, damn it. Definitely say the average user is 53 years old of Viagra.
There we go.
The typical user. It says the company does not keep records. But it says that they don't keep records for niggas younger than. Okay, but that wouldn't make sense. They don't keep records for niggas 33 years of age.
30 either be trying to do something extra or they got a porn addiction.
Yeah, that'd probably be like
that goes into it too. I think a lot of it's just unnatural. Like,
but erectile dysfunction is like it's just like it deals with like the drop in testosterone that happens as you get older.
Crazy.
The same reason why they say that you need to like you're supposed to continue
exercise,
working out, lifting as well, because with the drop of testosterone, like your bone density goes down if you don't continue.
I'm gonna call
lifting and shit like that.
Them niggas at the job I'm gonna call Cap on them. I'm gonna bro, check you got some motherfucking Viagra's in your pocket.
The average age of a Viagra user is not that, because the dudes that use Viagra are around your age. I know people that sell them to young dudes, and I just thought about it. I do know some old people who be selling.
No, they do.
Seen it before. Old cats be selling Viagra to young dudes,
but young dudes they be using it for a different. They ain't using it to get the dick up. They
using
it
an enhancement
to the. You know what I mean? They got
you try to do some porn star shit, bro.
They using it for a different reason.
Trying to knock the sonic rings out that motherfucker.
But where we at? Oh, have you been Travis Hunter?
Nah, because I ain't never had a bag big enough for like a woman to like.
All right,
so let's define it first.
I think that let's go to a space where we can have like a normal conversation about this. So what we're talking about is, in my opinion, the general scope, when we take away like labels and things like that, this conversation is talking about being young and dumb and not listening to whether it's your peers, other people that are telling you where there's current or literal red flags present inside a relationship. Being young and dumb, making bad relationship decisions.
Oh, yeah. My first, I ain't say first girlfriend, but the first girlfriend, well, high school to college. That relationship. I'd probably say it wasn't like him, but it wasn't an alignment with us. My parents told me that
type of cheat on you with a
hey, come on.
What?
Hey, that's aggressive. That's aggressive. But
I was giving a hypothetical.
We knew, like,
you told the story in the pod already. Just let you know. But go ahead.
Okay, we ain't gotta tell it today. They gotta go back and get the story. You gotta watch the last one. They can't get
season 2, episode 15.
But and so like, and I really liked the girl, and so I wanted to make it work, even though I knew I probably shouldn't be with that lady.
Yeah.
But you be young and done, nose be wide open. You can't help it, especially if it's like a chemistry there or the sex is good. You gonna make a lot of excuses for some bullshit. And I think I've definitely done that. It didn't work out in my favor. But it happens. Chalk it up to the game. I actually did learn a lot about like spotting red flags and knowing like when shit don't all the way add up. That was one of my first real lessons about, I learned a lot of stuff about like the inconsistencies. You say this, but then it don't really be that. You learn to pay attention to people's patterns and not their words. So that first relationship kind of, taught me that. But yeah, I mean, if it was being, I don't know if I was a simp, I was just dumb. Like I just liked the girl and I just wanted to try to make it work.
Niggas don't want to put that simp on themselves. I feel you.
I mean, maybe we talking about something.
To me, I look at like we're just like simply talking about being young and dumb. And I think that the behaviors that come with that. Well, I guess I gotta sit and think about like, have I been simp-ish though? I don't know. All right, we could. I'll just say, I would say have Travis Huntered. Have I been Travis Huntered? It'll move it to more of a loose space, but I would say yes, I have ignored red flags before that people around me have warned me about, and it ended up kind of like being a scenario we were like, damn, that's crazy. And this is also, I guess, why I don't really give them grace inside, like, oh, they're in college. Because I remember, for example, like the Maury Show situation. That was maybe I was a year out of college. But I had homies around me that was like, one might have been in college still. And, first, like, we still young, but they said like small little things that I ignored intentionally because it was a fun ass time. Right. And I was choosing the fun ass time where if you just take a step back, so much shit is clear as day. And I was intentionally choosing this fun ass time and ignoring everything that they're saying where it's clear red flags. It's clear that like, hey, that motherfucker's a wild card.
She's liable to do anything.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Keith. I remember it was one scenario, and again, like I was a wild boy back in those days, but it was a scenario where all of us might have been at like a shorty house, and we was at a shorty house that I was talking to, and the other shorty was there, but that shorty didn't know I was like, doing whatever. But the shorty that the Maury Show, right? She was kind of like, she was doing like some really, if you knew shit.
Peep game.
And like, it was kind of funny at the moment, but it was one of those things where like she was being extra because she knew that was a shorty I was also kind of fucking with. She didn't really care, but like she was doing like,
it was just exciting.
Right.
It was just exciting. And that's the scariest part when women do that.
And Keith said, he said something that stuck with me. And I've kind of like always kept that in my back pocket since then, where is watch how, or pay attention to how people treat people that don't have the power in the situation. And inside that one, like shorty that I was talking to, I was, she had no idea what was happening. And so shorty was like poking the bear a little bit. And she was doing that for the amusement of all of us. Because like, Keith's my roommate, so he kind of be knowing what's going on. And like, obviously she knows I knows. And like, it was one of those things when he said it, I was like, nah, you're right. But I still kept doing what the fuck I was going to be doing. But yeah, like it was multiple times where it was warning signs that get the fuck away from here. If it was going to be a good time, it should have been a short time. And it lasted longer than it needed to. And yeah, like I said, because of that, it became the Maury Show situation. I think maybe one other time in college still where it was just another female. Again, this is where like it's hard for me to say simping only because of usually most of my scenarios.
He just said niggas just don't want to put that simp on.
But no, but it's a difference.
But I'm just saying. I'm not debating. I'm just saying he's doing the same thing that you was doing.
I wanted to be like, damn, you were simping, but usually all my scenarios deal with, because I just was like ignorant in college. So more times than not, my scenarios deal with me talking to a bunch of girls and one girl knowing and then doing extra shit. And so like that was another one of those scenarios where like, yeah,
that can't be simping.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just ignoring the red flag.
And sometimes that's fun because like ignoring red flags don't mean simping, because sometimes you just want to, like, say, have a good time. And
it depends on what you're putting into it.
But if you're not putting too much in it and you just having a good time and there's red flags, then you can exit.
Yeah, and I guess like if I was to go closer to simping, I think the first one would be it. Not the Maury Show situation, but it'll probably be closest to that one. where like that was another good time for sure. And good times have you making or ignoring, just clear things that you should be like,
I've been sitting over here thinking hard as shit too, trying to find, because I really want to find that simping one. But like I would say this, the closest thing to simping that I had done was going to be with that I've done would have been like in between, like in a separation, like trying to get back into the game. You know what I mean? And because I had a level of finance during that time, like, you know what I mean, extra bread, so to say, that like I would maybe pay more than I would if I didn't have. That would be the closest thing to simping, because I mean
that's tricking more than simping.
But I wasn't paying for like
was making a whole CD for a girl simping.
Well, nigga, we was in high school.
That was game.
We was in high school in love.
Like
niggas, I told you I was a lover boy back in the day.
No, I think that's just game. I think back in the day, it was a time where
that was a good one to bring up. I wasn't thinking about that.
Music taste was its own personality trait back in the day.
But
like if you could put together a fire little, you know what I mean?
Oh no, it was music that we wrote. We actually made the music.
See, when I was in
and like gave them the gift as a I think, what was that for? Some holiday back in the day.
But was you being ignorant with it? Like if you was using that to your own like vice, and you was like,
oh no, we was
like
in love.
You was playing it on, and then
we was in love.
Y'all was lover boys.
When I was in like,
but did she love you?
Surprise guy.
Did they love y'all too?
Yeah, I can speak for myself. I don't who.
You trying to say they ain't love?
I don't know, bro. Let's move forward.
But is this a good like assertion to make? If you're doing like extra shit, but it's reciprocated, it's equally yoked. That's not.
No, that's
simping.
not simping.
No,
y'all just both in love.
Oh no,
and I think that there's
a simp before.
But sometimes like if it's early on, a lot of that shit ain't real. Like if it should start like early on. And then a lot of times that's just.
But as long as it's being reciprocated both sides. But I don't really throw like.
I can't really say, because like my thing was that like, of course I was never a dude that would like let a girl pay. If we going out, I'm gonna pay. That was like, you know what I mean. So during that time of like separation, that's what I was paying and going out more than, you know what I mean, just paying for dates and shit. But that would be the closest thing to simping.
Dates is not simping.
No. But I'm saying like doing like having nicer dates than I probably had ever had at that point, up until that point. I'm trying to get as close to simping as I could, because I like to put myself on the chopping block.
Tell us about when you made some dumbass decisions when you was
and this is it right here.
18,
bro,
19.
Like what restaurants we talking?
The dumbest shit was like anytime dating the chick that you drop on the first night is just, that was like what I learned. That was the dumbest shit that I would do. It's like actually like like date a chick that I dropped on the first night. That shit never really, you don't even know the motherfucker. Like you pretty much just doing shit. So like those type of relationship, that would be like the dumbest shit that I ever did. Like any relationship where she let me pop and then I was like trying to be serious. Like why would you be serious?
Like a fun relationship just because the smuts be fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun. But like
I definitely haven't done that.
Shit is dumb.
Maybe I've only did like a one night thing, maybe once or twice or some shit like that. I don't really be thirsty for box like that.
It don't even be thirsty. Someone want to get popped.
I know that's why it's like once or twice. And
I'm gonna give you the most
simplest
thing.
Yeah, maybe like 3. It ain't been a lot, just because I don't be really interested inside very specific women.
Yeah. So the thing is, you got at some point I went through you go through a stage where if you know what I mean, it's no reason to say no. Might as well.
Yeah, I
like the might as well pussy. Like that was a time period where you had the might as well pussy. So like.
Oh no, I get that.
That was kind of a thing too.
I guess if I'm thinking back, because more times than not, when I was operating inside like that vein, it would have been college. And then there's like the onesie twosies when like you're all right. So maybe I lied a little bit by just saying like 1 or 2. But
there we go.
But it's like me thinking about just because of like when you add in being like an artist and shit like that and shit that might happen after
them
like
days.
whatever.
Yeah.
But like
you ain't gotta tell them folks your body count, bro. It's okay.
Hey, you ever tried to count?
I
know you done tried to count before.
Yeah, I don't do that no more.
Yeah, when you was young, I'm talking about when you was younger, like trying to count it out.
Yeah, like to me, but that ends halfway through college, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about. No, I ain't talking about like just the idea to yourself trying to figure out.
Saying it. Like,
yeah, that shit's whack, bro. If you a grown ass man still trying to talk about, I get bit, bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah,
that shit ain't cool no more.
It stopped being something that I was trying to keep up with like halfway through college. Maybe I'd say like I did 5 years. So by first senior year, yeah, it was a dub on like trying to and that was like the all right. Let's get back to actually talk about like simping and shit. Like I don't think
it's on tone. I think it's on tone.
I don't think
Hey,
that.
yeah,
It's
Don P
important
been
to
giving
say
some
any
good
of this shit that I'm
examples too.
saying.
Don P say, being a stepdaddy to another woman's kids and she don't give you 1,000% cooperation. Simping.
Fair.
That's tough.
I don't know if y'all seen
I don't know if that's
anybody
fair
see
or not,
Snowfall.
but I'll think about that in a second.
Did anybody
But I
see
can see how
Snowfall?
that could be simple.
He said Snowfall, Leon, and Wanda simp level
Oh
on
yeah.
1,000. He ain't lying. That was like crazy.
That motherfucker was she trying to get him to smoke crack again? That shit was
God
crazy.
damn.
Nah, she was just a crackhead and he was still chasing after her, even after all the shit she had did.
That's crazy. That they're running after a crackhead.
Bruh.
I ain't never watched none of that shit, but like that just sounds crazy.
I'm gonna tell you the simplest thing I ever did, bro. And it was dumb, bro.
Keep it a buck with us.
I was with this girl who this was in college. And like I had a good girl like my first year of college and everything. But I ended up cheating on her. Like, you know, like you like I'm on Drumline and everything. I'm trying to have fun still. So I'm like, that was the wrong thing to get a girlfriend in October anyway. But like I had a girlfriend like the first year. She was good. So fast forward, like by the time I'm a sophomore and everything, I end up getting with this other girl like over the summer. Or matter of fact, this is junior year, matter of fact. Like I was still messing with the other girl, like kind of sophomore year and everything. I get with this other girl in the middle of the summer, then I get with this other girl right after that. So by this time, the first girlfriend I had is a Delta. Like, so when I get with this other girl, they all know me for being with the girl who's a Delta. So they all calling her by this girl name, and they all know stuff about her I don't know. So they've been telling me she was trifling and all this stuff anyway. Mm-hmm. Bro, like I remember it was like one day I went over there like to her dorm room. And her ex-boyfriend was like signed into, like I was going over there to see her and my homie stayed in the same dorm. So I'm going over there to see him and I look at the list and his name is on the list for her room. So I'm like, you know, just some crazy stuff. But either way, she explained that away. I sat there like, okay, you know, like
you ain't go knock on the door?
Bro, I didn't go knock on the door.
Shit, women be explaining.
Tell her.
You would have knocked on the door, Johnny?
Yeah.
I would have.
That was my girlfriend.
I would have knocked on the door. I'd have just chalked it.
That's what I should have did right there.
I wouldn't
have y'all ever ignored being cheated on?
I'm gonna address it type of guy. I ain't gonna like I'll crash out. Like I'm at least knocking. You gonna know I know. Then I might end it, but I ain't just gonna walk away and
I'm cool.
Yeah, I ain't got
have y'all ever ignored being cheated on?
I can't say
I ignored. Nah.
In this case, I did.
Or accepted being cheated on, I guess you would say.
I ain't been in the
stayed with after.
Like, I ain't never caught a chick cheating. I ain't never had a chick that I know like she was cheating on me. I ain't never that's hold on, let me get hey, cause I don't know what that'll do to my goddamn man. You know what I mean? My inner man. Like I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna react to that. I know a guy that was close to me. I know what it did to him. And that shit take niggas through. That shit take niggas through. Yeah, that's my thing. If I seen it, that's why I wouldn't have went in there. Because if I already know that I don't have to. The fact that his name is on your fucking room list, that's enough. I don't have to let you see me, see you, see. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I'm just chalking it. It's cool.
But fast forward, there was a lot that happened in between us. But this,
I
didn't get to the
simp part. He said he didn't get to the simp part yet.
I didn't get to the simp part yet.
So her buddy popped, and then what?
Fast forward now, like it ends up to a point. I can't even remember everything that happened in between. There was a lot that happened with this girl, but she was trifling, bro. She was a doggone pop. Like, and I should have knew it in the gate. But at one point I wrote, like, it was like Valentine's Day or something. I had wrote
the simp
bro,
shit.
That's
when you can get
right
this
here, bro. Bro, I wrote this girl like I cut out some paper hearts and wrote like 100 reasons why I love her on all the hearts and hung them from the room.
Oh, you was in love.
It was in love.
But if she was cheating on you, then that's simping. Oh wait, no, this was after.
She cheated.
No, my bad.
Yes.
I guess let's reevaluate this because I guess if you knew that she was cheating, it would be simping. If you were just,
Bro,
I don't think like trying to be like a
on
good
the list. His name was on the list, bro.
I guess it was like I know I was trying to get back in.
That's why you knock on the door.
Oh, all right, then that's simping.
That was part of it.
Okay,
I was trying to get back in her
could be
good graces
simping.
for
That's why you knock on the door to find out for real.
Bro, if you're my girlfriend, why is your ex
bro,
over here?
I didn't do that. I think I ended up doing something with somebody else. I was just like,
yeah,
but
I do think that it's important to make a differentiation that if you just was putting together a fire Valentine's Day, that's not simping. Yeah, if you was doing it to get back in the good graces of a bitch that was cheating on you, that could be simping.
Ouch.
That could be simping.
See, that's why I said there's a lot that happened in between. I wasn't trying to get back in her good graces because she was cheating. It was something I had did. I can't remember what. Like,
you like the photo?
Nah.
You wrote on that girl wall.
I think this might have been where I know I cheated on her at one point with like the second girl that I was with.
Mm-hmm.
So I had cheated on her at one point with this girl, and it was this other girl who had saw it that liked me. So she told the other girl that I cheated on her. Like it was weird, bro. But
yeah, and that's a difference too. If it's like if you cheated and then she cheat back, and then you try to like that's a different like
that's just a toxic
that's like a toxic situation. That's not even simping. You're just in a toxic ass like cycle. Which yeah, that's different though. If you cheated first and then she cheated back because she knew you.
No, I think I cheated second. Like after I figured out she was doing. So I can't remember exactly.
Oh, you had to cheat back.
Time ago,
oh, that.
I just feel like
the cheat back is wild. Okay,
that's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, God. But you got to do it though.
So I got to.
You got to do it.
No, you don't got to. You don't got to. No.
No, but hold on. If you stay, you got to do it.
Yes.
If you stay, you got to do it. There's no way. Hell nah.
I did get my get back.
We're not gonna be in a relationship and you one body up on me.
I guess what I'm saying is that you could leave. That's my point.
So you
don't have to get her back. You could just like leave the scenario.
And that's what I was gonna ask Tone. What made you stay?
Bro, I don't remember.
He was young, bro.
Box was amazing. What makes anybody stay? Like it,
bro, box ain't amazing enough for you to be giving it to somebody else, and I still want it.
Then it could have been really good head.
When I say this is like a
I'm cool either way,
bro.
Nah, you ain't gonna lose your best either. You gotta fight for your best.
It's so far from who I am.
Man, you talking about being 20 years old? Nah.
I can't speak for that. I can't speak for that.
That's not how old I was.
Yeah, but I said like we ain't talking
about you find a real one that really like to do it. Yeah, you probably go. You forgive some shit, bro.
Especially not giving up the box. Not you, my girlfriend. I don't know. That's just me, bro. I ain't never been.
What she wanted to come back and like top you? You gonna let her do it?
Oh no, you probably can get me right though. But we ain't dating again.
I think I liked her because I remember why.
She was
motherfuckers forget.
I take the freebie.
I like weirdo chicks sometimes, bro. Like she was kind of like off kilter, so it wasn't like she was like understood by a lot of females. I don't know why I like chicks like that. Yeah, she was kind of like that. So it was like we got along like a whole lot. I remember like I ended up getting some get back later on. Like I remember at one point, like we was chilling for this whole weekend, but the only reason I was chilling with her was because this other girl who I was talking to was like she was a cheerleader. She was like she was spending the night at the coach's house and she was sick or some shit. I'm like, no, the fuck you not. Like she couldn't stand the coach. I'm like, you're not at the coach's house for the whole weekend. So I ended up chilling with this girl for like the whole like a whole weekend or whatever, just watching TV and stuff. So we ended up smashing everything. She thought we was getting back together. I was like, nah, bro. Like it was like she wanted to get back together by that time, but the only reason she wanted to get back together was to get back at the cheerleader because the cheerleader didn't let her get on the team.
Yeah.
So it was some whole other stuff.
No, I get it. I guess this would be a question that I posed to y'all really quickly. So I think that to go away from overly sexualizing women.
Is that what we're doing now?
I didn't think that's what we're
that's
doing.
Not what we're doing now. No.
I don't know.
That girl was a pop, bro. She'll tell you she was a pop.
I'm joining in at the moment.
Here we go back to the guy not.
But let's to go away from that, but to stay on it, right? Would it be? Let me see how I can frame this question. This is branched off of Tone speaking about like the weirdo chick. And that just being like a piece of why he really liked her, because obviously like y'all had a lot of commonalities and a lot of like just different interests to where like her eclecticness made you interested in her. Would be harder to leave like the good box or the fire personality?
I ain't gonna front, bro. I always been y'all. I think that like some. Well,
The
for
fire-
me, it's gonna be the
The
personality.
fire personality.
Yeah, it's
there's
gonna be the
less
personality.
fire personalities out there than it is firebox.
Yeah.
I think I was about to say, sound like niggas be like, if you ask that question, sound like niggas is possibly overrating like it's like the difference between valuing women and just valuing box. You know what I mean? Because like if you will pick the box over a personality, then I think you overvaluing box, bro. It's like if you talking about a whole good person. Now I don't know. That's just my opinion.
What about like a fire?
If you
personality
20,
with
if you
bad
20,
box?
I think it's different.
A fire with bad box. What is
Bad.
bad box?
Yeah, what is that?
Dry.
They got oil for it.
spit start?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's different if you
as long
broke.
as it start.
bro.
If you broke,
As long as we get that bad boy on the road, like, I ain't tripping.
so they got fluids. You can put fluids in there.
Well,
You
get
got,
that bad boy on the road.
he's gonna need an oil change from
Get
time
it
to
on the
time
road.
anyway.
So
Hey, what I
And loose.
Some transmission fluid.
ain't no such thing.
man, y'all ever heard the phrase like it's not even really it's really that we got preferences, bro. Like that's really the issue. We got preferences. Because if you don't have sex with more than one person,
He said hot dog in the hallway.
nah, but if you don't have some real good box, you know what bad box is, bro.
Of course.
Like when it's
I don't know what Johnny was just talking about.
Yeah, to me, it's probably just like the laying there box. Is that bad box? What y'all
No,
saying?
like the actual quality of the vagina.
Oh, okay.
yeah, bro. It's
I don't know. I could be thinking like if she fuck with you and you fuck with her, then
Bruh.
it ain't gonna just be
It's-
dry if she actually fuck with you.
Yeah,
No,
like
no, but there's a different. Like you just talking about, like if she can get wet or not.
yeah, that's one thing.
That's a different thing.
But
Besides,
bro,
like,
oh, I just went in my memory. God dang.
Big scarred tone. This
Oh,
man.
bro,
no,
that's what
that shit ain't scarred. That nigga had
Bro,
a
I had a
flashback.
flashback, and that, bro, I ain't even get to enjoy it. I got caught. I messed up on that one, bro. Like she had fire personality too, but man, god dang. I ain't gonna even get into it. Goodness gracious.
y'all done made Tone go through it over there.
Yeah, he over there. That shit.
Tone ready to crash out for whoever he is sent for that right now.
Bro,
Tell the truth.
Nah, ain't
Tone.
no silk. I try not to even think about her, bro. Like
Damn, that's bad. He said, I tried not to even think about it.
I try to keep her
I
out of my
deleted her
memory,
off my
but
social
she not
memory.
in my memory bank,
See?
bro. Like
Sound like that shit was just a bad decision altogether. If it's this serious for you, bro.
nah, man, I messed it up. But yeah. What Unc say? Bad boxes, dry coochie, later steel box, stinking ass
Stinking-ass box is bad.
Stinking box.
Stinking box is bad.
But you don't supposed to have stinking box. You got to find a way to detour out of the whole.
But yeah, I don't think like stinking box. That's
But you can smell.
that's an issue. Like I don't think like that. That means you
Yeah.
had a bad like day or bad night. That's not indication of bad box in general.
Goddamn
That's a
pH
bad
might be
session.
I just realize what Don said. Can't take meat, hot dog in the hallway,
Yeah.
leave you hanging after 2 minutes of getting busy.
No, that's crazy.
I had this girl do that before.
You start and then stop.
I had a girl do that before.
That's crazy.
Ain't
Yeah,
gonna say-
niggas
ain't gonna
got
say the
all
reason
kinds of
why. She told
experiences.
me why later, but it was like she was talking shit all day too, bro. Like,
But yeah, where we going from here, fellas?
man, I got some memes I want to show too. Did y'all do memes?
No,
No,
we
we
haven't
didn't
did
do
memes yet. I guess we're getting close to I guess to wrap up of this
Decision.
conversation. So is experience the best teacher? I guess that'd be the last question to kind of leave off. When we bring it back to Travis Hunter, the biggest issue ends up being the fact that there is a bunch of guys that, like, for example, Bow Wow has went through the game. And his reflection when we looked at the meme was the fact that, hey, I was out here wilding. My OGs was telling me shit. I said they was hating. Sometimes they ain't hating. They just giving you game. And take it from me, once upon a time, a young boy that had a bunch of attention when I was young, just like you. They're not just hating. They're actually trying to help you. Or is the reality that no matter what, experience ends up being the best teacher to where all that shit sound good. Just remember, what is it? Youth is wasted on the young, where it's like that old head don't know. Like shit, I'm like we different. She different. And you just got to learn. You got to catch them lumps. where it sounds like all of us have like different versions of lumps that we had to take to build us to our perspective where we're at you know what I mean, like we're a 35-year-old podcast. To our discernment when it comes down to vetting and what we look for in women.
No, I think experience, like you say, them young boys ain't gonna listen. The man's a millionaire. Why he a 21-year-old millionaire? Why is he like? If Dion ain't telling him, I can see why you listen to Dion, but there's probably a few people he's gonna listen to.
So can we say told you?
I mean, yeah, you can. Yeah, so we gotta wait for it. But I do think experience is the best teacher because like it's like riding a bike. You can somebody tell you how to do it all day long, but you ain't gonna really do it till you get on there and you fall off and you like, oh shit. And so I think that's one of the most beautiful parts of life. Is like you got to go through it. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, there's a way to give people advice too. You know, the man ain't receptive. Like you might have to adjust the way we give it to him. But I think the experience is always going to, you know, outweigh anything somebody can tell you.
I think I hate it. Well, at this point now, I'll listen to a motherfucker. I'll actually like watch and see you get your pain. I'm not gonna do this shit. You know what I mean? The whole idea of being the exception, I don't believe in that anymore. So, but like as a young kid, I don't think that I think it's just normal. Like you said, that what is it? The youth is wasted on the young, or however you said it. I think so. I hate that it's that way because like I shouldn't have to bump the shit out of my head in order to. When niggas is telling me, no, that shit gonna hurt. You know what I mean? That's gonna hurt. And then you still run head first. I hate that that's a thing, but I mean, the experience is definitely the.
Did somebody have a meme where they explained the biological reason behind that? I feel like, but it deals with like tribes and like people having to leave. And it's the same thing with like animals, I want to say too, with them having to leave at a certain age where they have to rebel against like the authorities and shit like that. But yeah,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think it's. I hate that it's like that, but it's definitely a thing, and I think that people with like their kids, they probably everybody's parents is usually probably saying that. You know what I mean? That they all trying to tell us like, okay, that thing's gonna happen. Like I've done that, and we all think that we got to figure it out. So hopefully he just doesn't marry her. And they still get to relate. Keep trying it out. You know what I mean? Stay together for the 10. Do as long as y'all can. But like, just not in that particular situation, which y'all know I'm an advocate for getting married young. But like in that particular situation, I don't. In those particular situations, anything like similar to that, I don't think that that's probably the best answer.
Gotcha.
So what say
I'm
you?
decide not to. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I already know where you come on.
No, but I think it'll like time wise, it makes sure we get to the questions. I guess the part that I would eventually maybe we could spin this into a different episode where if you're saying that you encourage guys to get married young, but ain't nobody in their 20s and 30s not gonna be, you know what I mean, cheating on each other. Why would the advocacy be for to get married young?
Because I also believe that cheating is inevitable.
Oh, everybody gonna cheat on each other.
I think that 90% of people of men would cheat.
But what about women then?
I can't speak for them because I don't speak to women as much. I don't speak to women as much. But I mean, women say that women cheat more than men. So I don't know. But all I say is that I believe that like I talk to men all the time, like of all ages, like not no young ones, but like from our age to like 50, late. I'm damn near 60. Like I talk to these niggas every day.
Cheat.
They all have. Like I don't know a nigga who hasn't. I don't know one.
No, I'm
actually
saying,
I know one guy, but he's like.
But let me ask you: Are you saying that like they were cheating in their 20s, or are they saying like my grown ass cheating still?
Both.
Okay. Because I do think that there's a difference in that, but nonetheless, I think that
this is hang around them niggas.
I don't hang around them. I be at work.
They 50 and still cheating. Boy, that's a crash out. Boy, get away from him.
The crazy thing, the conversations to me, it be making them niggas sound ignorant, bro. Like,
but any dude I know that's 50, that's like that doesn't want to go home to his wife and all that. They're crash outs. Like they hate their lives. I'm just saying the 50-year-old dudes that I know that act like that. I look at them. I'm like, damn, bro. Like. Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, it's so funny when you hear the stories that letting them niggas tell you like how side pieces save marriages. Listening to them niggas talk like that all the time, at some point you start to humanize it. Like you would think that we always be like, them niggas ain't shit. These niggas da-da-da-da doing this and doing that. At the end of the day, let's just keep it. How many women do you know that ain't been cheated on? How many dudes do you know that ain't cheated on somebody? How many? You know what I mean? When you start to look at it as like
those are like misleading statements. Where if you're saying how many women you know haven't been cheated on, in comparison, how many women you know didn't get cheated on by the person they're with right now? Like those are like way different statements.
But it depends. But then it gets to but how long have y'all been together so far? Like type
like,
shit. What I'm saying is that most
dudes have been cheated on. Like if you dated long enough, you probably got cheated on at some point. Unless you got like stopped at like 21, 22, something like that. Okay. If you dated through your 30s, I don't know a person that would be honest and say, nah, somebody probably didn't cheat on me.
Okay, we can move forward. You say you didn't want to get stuck on it. What happened? What they talking about?
Talk about the comments, bro.
What you say?
Pissed off.
I want to laugh too.
I don't know what I said.
I forgot. But Don P said Johnny hit it on the nail. And then Unc said, Johnny, first of all, you have to get you a girlfriend. Second of all, you have no idea what goes on in relationships. Women go through menopause and men still want some coach. So be quiet on this one. Don say, damn, Johnny hit a nerve. That menopause ain't no joke.
Well, I get menopause, like, but I guess that's a different stage of life.
I don't know a lot about menopause.
If you were a woman,
is that when they say that women get more hornier?
It's right after.
But I think it like shuts down during
menopause,
and then right after it.
It's time for them to turn up.
They turn all the way up 50. They be turned.
So that's so like women in their like 40s and they're going through that. I guess their libido drops, and then maybe that's when a lot of men cheat. Is that what people are saying?
Is that what people?
That's what that sounded like. That was the inference. You don't know what goes on with women in relationships when they go through menopause. That sound like.
Menopause and men still want some coot.
That sweaty pussy.
He say, nah, no, he didn't hit no nerve.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I don't know that. I don't know enough about it.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, where we at?
I guess rock, paper, scissors time. Hey, really quickly, if we go into both of the questions, we probably want to shrink down memes. Like if we do two or something like that.
Mine is quick. I only got like one.
Okay.
Fuck your memes. We ain't playing your memes, nigga.
Hey, somebody said real quick though. Somebody said Band Dudes was friend zone.
Hey, that's definitely not the truth. Whoever was
Band Dudes might have been, but Drumline wasn't, bro.
Because there's a clear difference. There's a clear difference.
He talking about them tuba players,
the horn players.
He talking about the drummers, bro.
Hey, Don P, no, I wasn't on the Maury show, but I had a scenario that would be like Maury show worthy.
I think most men been through that kind of scenario, but I'm not gonna say most. A lot of men have been through. I've been through a scenario.
You are not the father. I had to get a DNA.
And you got to pause that. You are. And that's the time when she talking to your mama and all that shit, and she got you running with it, and you know what I mean. A lot of men been through that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hold up. All right, let me see him.
Okay.
Let me see him. All right, I got this. Damn it.
I'm just glad you lost, fuck, nigga.
When last time you won?
Y'all know how this go.
Like 3 shows ago.
We do this like belly. I'm putting that thing on the table. Y'all work this one out.
Bum ass.
Damn it. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
So what, I'm last now?
You already
I'm gonna put okay.
Nah, I put myself. I ain't really had shit.
Okay. Yeah, we can start with me. See where we can go with it. As I look at it. All right. I'm gonna try and get in and out a couple quick ones. Let's hit J. Cole. I like J. Cole talking about J. Cole. This was fun.
Long story short.
You about to open up a can of worms that I've been meaning to open up this can of worms. I say all of
that to say this.
I put J. Cole at D2, low D1.
Look at
had J. Cole make an appearance in the gym with you. How did that one come about?
I had heard that Jay had really respected the work that I was doing, and he was just like, man, if I get a chance getting the job with Coach, man, I'm on it. And he came in and he really was curious because he was trying to play in the league in Africa, right? Man, he came into that workout, man, and eyes wide open, and he worked. He was just like,
you really
man,
didn't want to watch
the level
this.
of detail.
No, we ain't gonna watch this more than.
He just wanted to show Paul George.
Yeah, it was,
the J. Cole to Paul George.
Yeah, it was.
Let me ask y'all this:
J. Cole talking to J. Cole. That was fun to me.
I got a quick. I'm glad you played that because I done had a can of worms that I keep forgetting to pull to open up the last couple of shows.
Okay.
So, which songs are you still listening to? Did y'all ever go back and listen to Mr. Morale? Y'all didn't accept the challenge.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. I don't listen to enough music to remember.
So you didn't either.
I didn't either.
Okay, so which ones are y'all still listening to off GNX?
The intro, Man in the Garden,
Squabble Up,
Mustard,
TV off. That's TV
yeah.
off.
Yeah, TV off.
Is
TV off, Mustard. Yeah, Man in the Garden.
Is there another one? I feel like it's like
Gloria. I was listening.
What's
so y'all listening to the side? We ain't gotta go too long.
Hey now, say now. Which one is that?
That Peekaboo.
Yeah, Peekaboo. Yeah,
Peekaboo.
yeah.
Okay,
I
so
just
y'all
tried to
still-
be a goat. That shit.
Okay,
So it's like
so which one of those songs on that album was better than Port Antonio?
what? I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, I couldn't compare Port Antonio to those because they're like a different genre of rap, in my opinion.
Okay,
I mean, I haven't heard Port Antonio in a minute.
so go back and listen to it. Then tell me next.
But he rap. What, like, are you saying like which one?
I just
rap
asked
better?
which one's better, bro. I just whatever you. I just asked which one of those songs is better than Port Antonio. It was just that, not nothing. No, I'll just ask a quick question. You
better.
just give me a name.
All right, my bad. So, all right, if you're not talking about rapping better, then
I just quick question. That was all it was.
No, I got you.
Okay.
I think that the rapping was better on Port Antonio, but I think the songs that I listen to more, I think that they're better songs for me to do what I'm doing to. So I would then go with TV Off. I would go with the intro. I would go with Squabble Up.
Reincarnate.
Yeah. Like I listen to all of those way more than Port Antonio.
Well,
so
I still can't find Port Antonio on fucking
by like that metric, those are better songs.
Okay.
He rap. J. Cole rap better on Port Antonio though. I don't listen to
I
it,
disagree. I couldn't, bro. Neither one of those songs on that album are better for me, and that's why I asked. Just you know, what I mean,
but that's why. How do you define a better song? Like if I ain't listening to the shit, it can't be a better song.
Well, I mean, it depends. If
Luther, another one. I actually fuck with Luther. I was kind of like man on it at first.
I really don't like it as much.
But that shit alright.
If you only listen to music to do a specific activity, and the activity is like whatever, you know what I mean. If you only listen for a specific activity,
like
then I'll understand. I think driving is more of like a general one. But like if you're only listening to music to get on the treadmill to. Maybe you don't run to Port Antonio, you know what I mean? But like if you're driving, I think driving is more open unless you only like to turn up when you drive. Like
I just like enjoy. I ain't gotta be sad.
Okay, well, I stand on it in the chat. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying Port Antonio is better than every motherfucking song on that album, bro. I just like I like what I like. That's just better story. It's the storytelling, the rapping, everything I like about rap is better on that song than any of those records.
Got it.
Okay, bro. God damn. Why are you staring at me while you saying this?
Because I won't smoke. I won't
staring at me.
Because I won't smoke.
God dog, bro.
That's your
I
opinion.
like Port Antonio too. Jeez.
Like when you get
y'all
to,
niggas
like,
literally
opinions,
just laid out every song on that album.
We ain't name all of them.
Pretty much, bro. It ain't but 12, bro. So y'all named like 7.
But if we say a fact that we listen to it more than Port Antonio,
no, that's fine. That's fine. But that's fine.
Like you enjoy the rap.
Rail off with that one.
Y'all niggas can't piss me off, bro. Y'all niggas can't piss me off. In the chat,
hit a nerve, bro.
In the chat, what y'all think, bro? Like, which of those records are better?
Sourcing some support for it, bro.
No, I just want them. I
don't even know if them niggas know what Port Antonio is. I ain't gonna
what he say?
I agree. Cole can spit. He just ain't hot.
He just ain't. What he say? Something about a heart, ain't it?
Hot heart.
He just ain't got no heart. He just ain't got that heart, maybe.
Oh,
ain't got no heart.
Yeah, no. See,
Yeah,
man, I think y'all ragged on the nigga too hard.
He just ain't got heart. That's what it is. He just ain't got heart.
Okay. Yeah, nah. If my homies was going into it, I would have backed out too.
Gotcha.
Right,
Otherwise, I would have had to shoot at both of them.
Gotcha. Damn. We kind of already hit on NIL. We can circle back to that. Damn, but this is matter of fact, no, we'll do the fun one. This will go to something that maybe real like this. What actually got me interested in this one was the comments. The comments was wild in this. Go to Tank.
Nigga say I don't like it.
Oh,
Go to
man.
Tank.
What it say?
Bruh. Yeah, Tank. Bruh.
You have to fall back in love with pussy.
Who fell out
You
of
have
love
to
with it?
fall back in love with the idea. Now let's
Yo,
clear it
them
up
niggas,
of
man.
making love to a woman.
Just scroll them
Making
comments
love.
while you at it. Tony.
That's right.
and doing it at a
right.
high
That's right.
level.
That's right. That's right.
You have listen.
right.
You
He's
have
trying
to
to convince us of
study
himself.
That's right.
a woman.
That's right.
You have to ask questions.
That's right.
You have to learn her body.
Yeah.
All right, we
in
gotta
order
keep
to
listening to it.
What was
I thought
what the
that
comment said, Tone?
It was. I completely forgot that Tank. I guess he had that run of saying like he had sucked the penis twice or something like that.
Or wasn't nothing wrong
Oh,
with
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
know
He
that.
said he wasn't nothing wrong with it. Does that mean he did it?
I think that he.
I
I seen
But hold
inside
on.
the comments they said that
Hold
he
on.
did it once or twice
But hold
or
on.
something like that, and
Was
I was
it-
like, oh damn! So all of the comments was talking about.
I think
like,
it was
who
the
are you
same
trying-
interview.
Who are you trying to? Nah, this is old.
Yeah, it was old.
Was it
over.
when he went to when he performed at that gay?
It was
No.
around-
This is
Yeah,
an interview that he had.
It
that he
was
talking
something.
I'm
about.
saying,
bad.
was it in
like
reference
backlash
to that?
because of that? I think so.
It was backlash from the gay joint that he
because
performed
he was
at.
performing there like they was women. He was performing for
Yeah, he took his shirt off and everything.
I'm not talking. Like I remember him being in an interview
Saying there
and
ain't nothing
saying,
wrong with sucking it.
Yeah, sucking the penis.
But I mean,
it's if you
All
just
right, I ain't
keep
gonna
doing
even,
it. Or
I ain't gonna
something
go
like
to bat for that just because that's just that's AEO next
He said-
level. I'm letting that rock.
Bro, he
Go
said
ahead.
if you do it, it don't make you gay.
No, that's gay as fuck.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay.
It's funny how like he had that. I forgot that whole thing happened. So like all of the comments was that, and I was like, that's crazy. So they whole thing was like, are you trying to convince us or yourself?
Yeah, that's
But
what I
see,
mean.
my
You see
thing
that a
is-
bunch, right?
Yeah.
My thing is,
but
but niggas be trying at
Damn.
the same time is what he's
He
saying.
wasn't saying nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
think the
it's
joke
just
is
the
the
messenger. Yeah, it's the messenger.
But I let the drunk walking down the street down Tom Hunter. I let him tell me stuff too, bro.
You ain't about to let no gay person tell you how to be straight.
No. But he almost you remember Tone, you remember the what's his name? What I want to call it? I don't want to say Butch. What is it called? Stud. You almost took me there. I got some smoke.
For the studs?
Some smoke, bro.
What
But
they
I'm gonna
did
let
to
them
you?
rock. They ain't did nothing to me.
It's one particular one.
See, this is my thing. I've been seeing on social media like that, like you'll post like memes and shit and like speaking like from a man's perspective, but then give men shit as well. Like talk about ain't shit niggas.
Bitch, you one of them.
No, you not. First off, no, you not. So you shut the fuck up.
They
Number
dress
one.
like one. They dress like one.
Nah,
I-
I ain't
my
gonna
favorite
go. I
part
ain't gonna
about,
go. I ain't
about-
gonna go.
My
Y'all
favorite part about him.
about to turn me up.
This motherfucker about to jump.
Turn up,
He was
bro.
about to jump.
Hey,
My favorite
yeah,
part about him.
I was finna go. I ain't gonna lie.
Trey say, where did all these studs come from?
Hey, Trey, you got to go back a couple seasons. Nigga Q act like they ain't out here. He said he wasn't seeing them. You remember that?
Like,
Remember that conversation?
So you said you saw him all the time.
I see him all the
like
time.
that.
bro.
We said we just didn't see him.
Okay, and this is what we look back to.
All I see is studs.
No,
when I go
it's
to food line.
all I see. There again,
Oh, no, you said
again,
you
I
see
said
a
I
lot.
see him. I see him every day. You said
Well, I don't see a
him
stud
day.
everywhere.
I don't. I personally don't.
I be outside. Like not like in New Age outside. I actually work outside. So like I'm moving outside. So I see him all the time. And then
Like you made this statement before you was working out.
and then I was working at the bank. They in there tough.
Okay.
They in there tough.
When
So-
I was working downtown, it was going in the office every day. I wasn't every day seeing a bunch of studs just walking around. Just
Hey,
like
but I also
hood
think-
niggas or upstanding gentlemen.
Well, I was about to say, but then you also got to look. I think that there's a lot of the time it be tax brackets too.
But
when you
those
look at
are
it.
the only two ways they know how to
It
dress.
be tax brackets too.
What tax
Them
bracket are the
Them niggas
studs
gonna
in?
have bow ties or they gonna
They
sag their
generally
jeans?
in Tyrone and Shaquita tax bracket.
So you saying the studs aren't high earners?
Generally, no. Generally, no.
Brother studs about to go.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying the ones out they generally is right around, you know what I mean? Let's say average or below.
Studs ain't high earners, bro. That's a quote. That's a caption for one of the posts this week, bro.
Right.
Hey, no, I'm gonna come with a topic. I'm gonna come with a topic one day where I can fully unpack. I'm gonna do an unpack episode.
I don't know. I guess. I probably lean closer.
That one might take a while, bro.
Right. I probably think that studs probably are the higher earners of like the female thing because they have like the intersectionality and shit like that. Especially like
Godnocracy again.
Especially like the
hey, David Walker, get his ass out of here, bro.
I imagine he probably would agree with this.
If they're white, they're not called studs. I just learned this.
Those are butchers.
Or butchers, yeah. No, I think
studs for black ones.
I think when you look at who benefits most from like DEI and all that shit, it's white women, but then the intersectionality of white gay women. Like they're like I don't know any of them that really be broke like that.
Trey said he see 2 to 3 a day in South End. 50% of security guards.
Hey, what? Hey, you know something hilarious? Hey, you ever go to North Lake? It's this woman that working. Well, I'm just gonna say in general. I seen this woman working at North Lake at one point. And she was security. I'm sitting there looking like she ain't finna secure a goddamn thing. Some shit pop off. She ain't securing shit. They just hiring motherfuckers.
Hit that little goddamn mace. Niggas sit down.
They just hiring motherfuckers. Talk about DEI.
Right.
They call the police.
What's next?
That's your last one.
I ain't go that hard, did I? I ain't say nothing.
Right,
I don't care. I'm gonna have some real smoke in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm done. We was only doing
yeah.
What Trey talk about?
Who next? Me or you?
Oh, him and Unc going back and forth.
Oh, okay. Oh, I won, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You can go. Matter of fact, let me go because I ain't got that. I ain't really got nothing in there.
I just got 1 or 2. Actually, gonna do one of the ones you had in yours.
Okay.
Let me see what I got in there. And this is what I'm gonna. Okay, give me. Damn. I wish I could remember her name right off the top. Shahrazad. You give me her. And this
is built on keeping the black man and the black woman apart. When I first came out doing the Black Man's Guide back in 1990, people was fighting with me. They was having protests. It was like that thing you saw on there with Kavanaugh. People be outside pushing and shoving and getting the student. It was awful, okay? These were black women. That's what I'm saying. Everywhere I went, it was going on. And they was having town hall meetings about me. The whole thing. They had T-shirts. Right, all that stuff. And the band Shahrazad Ali. I got one, I say. But at any rate, this went on for about 6 months. And then it took a curve. The women and the men started listening to me. The women and the men start coming to the meetings together and talking and trying to get things worked out. That's when they took me off television. Because the enemy is not going to let nobody put the black man and the black woman back together under no circumstances. Again, remember.
I like the, I'll throw it directly to you. Shout out to the chat. This week we'll be having a unpacked. Is there a problem with interracial dating? Shout out to her. She ended it on, ain't nothing like having a black man and black woman together fighting. There's nothing more scary.
Bro, why you keep looking over here?
Hey, y'all, this is hit dog. I was trying to do like the back and forth thing. You know when you do the public speaking, you're supposed to go like, yeah. And you go here.
Bro, you looked at me not aimed at me 3 times in a row, bro.
This was not aimed at you.
I don't even know. Feels attacked.
I don't even know if this is like when you stand at. I was gonna make a joke for the chat, but like that was it. But it's a motherfucking dog squealing over here. I guess I don't know. Like, it was not aimed at you, but real.
Oh yeah, no. So like one thing that that made me feel like, which I probably ain't gonna be able to stand on, but I would just say this is my good faith intention. It's like not having a conversation about like relationships that's not actually like. Okay, I think that accountability is important, but at the end of the day, like if it's having a conversation about relationships that's just literally just like finger pointing, I think that I'm gonna try to make sure I get off that, and actually like try to if I'm gonna have a grievance, actually try to come up with a solution. Because the thing is, I think that the loud voices are pretty much the voices of telling us that we don't like each other and that there is a war. And I think that shit's super unproductive.
Well, I think what happens a lot of time is the loud voices get echoed. And so people start repeating those voices. And then you get into a situation where it's two people that have just been listening to the loud voices. And then they talk. And then they don't, they don't have the communication skills to actually, figure it out. So I think with criticism, it's cool to criticize because we all want better for our people. But we have to make sure it's constructive criticism. And like you say, leading, like being more solution based than just like pointing out flaws based or just being analytical and like just pointing out what's wrong. You point out what's wrong to offer a better solution or a better way. So I think that's important. When we talk about these things, I also think it's important for us to give each other the flowers. Like we got to give black women flowers too. We're going to criticize them. Yeah, some of them ain't. Yeah, but then it's a lot of them that are, and I think spotlighting the ones that are exemplifying what we want out of black women is better than criticizing the ones that aren't what we want.
Yeah, and I think that like the thing is that a lot of people just be talking anyway. And see, that's what we have to realize is that like as it relates to relationship conversation, a lot of motherfuckers just be talking anyway. And see, we are at an age where a lot of us can see if you're in a relationship and you know what I mean, or if you're like actually doing the thing healthily, you can listen, you can see that stuff, and it's just purely entertainment. But then again, like if you understand, like the kids can't really disseminate and decipher that information to say like, is this is what it really is, and this is, you know what I mean? We at a point, like I think, man, the women, a lot of people in general just talk a lot on the internet, don't be living their raps. Motherfucker just be saying whatever, and it sounds good. And a lot of the times people will piggyback and co-sign the sound good shit. And
I agree with that.
The people actually don't be living this thing, and the people around them, like we know when it becomes like bullshit and fodder, but like the younger people don't know this. And so we may be just teaching them bad behavior,
teaching them how to argue with each other,
right? And like causes it's a gender war, and it's like, I mean, in reality, people that want to be with somebody are with people, like you know what I mean. Like in reality of it is, everybody's relationships are tough. Relationships are tough. I always say it's the hardest thing that you'll probably ever do is to maintain a relationship from, you know what I mean. I always say it's the hardest. It's harder than retiring from the military. So yeah, I'm going to try to like make sure to present. If I present a problem and something, I'm also going to try to attempt. And y'all can keep me honest on this too, if y'all will help me with being honest on it. Is like, cause I talk some shit. You know what I mean? Y'all know I get high to talk some shit, but like, yeah, and I'll end it there. That's where I'll end that one. Let me see. Did you have anything else on that?
Just the gender war shit's a dub. I think it was a fun conversation like 3 or 4 years ago. But
I still
then
like
a lot of people kind of ended up realizing that the shit you like to say, and this is what like ended up being consistent with the red pill and all these different little spaces. The shit niggas like to hear and say online don't be the raps that they live. And because of that, eventually niggas have had to go back to their corners of reality, and
yeah, they fucked it up, bro. Honestly, the niggas that like Derek Jacksons and those niggas really.
Well, I just don't know
up.
any red pill person that lived what they were saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like
I don't want to put it on that.
Like
he's the guy on the left for sure. But then I think you would go to like the Donovan Sharp
Fresh and Fit,
the Fresh and Fits.
Yeah, they fuck all of them niggas fucking it up, bro. Because there's some niggas out here that like have a genuine I have a genuine opinion. And it's from lived experiences, and I'm not finna sit here and tell somebody to do some shit I ain't done. What's that? What happened?
About Trey.
How much did you drink today?
Bro, you're supposed to read that.
Yeah, I wouldn't read it for real.
Oh, my bad. I'm just okay. Never mind. We can move forward. Go ahead. It's on you, Johnny.
Can you pull me up, Tone?
Pause.
How was that pause?
I thought about it.
I said it in that way so it wasn't pausable.
Let's make
sure.
Let's just make sure.
You stretch Armstrong it now.
Oh, buddy said, I can't think of his name, but buddy was saying that like niggas who play pause games got to be gay because every time you say pause, you got to think about it.
That was Lord
Lord Jamal.
Yeah, Lord Jamal.
Yeah.
And let me get black privilege. Dr. Bryant, the beautiful Dr. Bryant.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay.
This is a good one. You.
Oh, this is
Black people, and I'm calling out everybody black. We have to create our own Black privilege. We have to. It's non-negotiable. What does that look like? I was on a plane sitting first class. There was a little girl walked by me. She had her backpack on. She was so adorable, and she just kept staring at me. And I said, "You are so pretty." And she goes, right, she looked away. I said, "No, you are so pretty." And then I heard her ask her mom, like, about me sitting up front, right? What that means. Her mom said, "Oh, that's first class." And she said, "Mommy, why we can't sit here?" They're having this quiet conversation.
Right.
They get in their seat. I told the stewardess, "Go get that little girl." She said, "Which one?" The little girl that walked by me.
Oh damn! I wish it would finish it.
What's up? I don't know why it's freezing. YouTube hating.
Damn. Then that might have been the shit I was saying about the ooh.
That was a good one.
Nonetheless, I think that she said something close enough to where
they keeping black women and men from getting along, bro. That's
there you go.
Trying to block us, bro.
But I think she said something along the lines of she ended up allowing that little girl to come sit in her seat, maybe
took the seat. She talked to the mama, asked if it was okay.
Yeah,
and then she spoke on like the end of it. She was like, "We have to create black privilege." She was like, "The only reason white people have quote unquote white privilege is because they privilege each other and they benefit." And that goes back to what I said last week about, or maybe 2 weeks ago, about the individual sacrifice. That was a sacrifice that woman made. She gave up her seat, but then that's something that's going to help, and who knows how much it may help. It might not even do nothing for that little girl, but at least you're trying to, build that into black people. If we start doing that on the
idea of like, if you're a person in a position of power that is black, do you give up that do you give up some of that privilege to help people under you?
So
that's kind of like
black people under. And what she was saying, did she actually go and sit somewhere else?
She switched seats with the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she sat with her mom.
Oh, wow. I guess, yeah.
And she said, "Hey, let that girl order anything she wants.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Anything, yeah."
And so, and that's just that's just a small example of what we could do as far as like individual sacrifice to help build our communities and help build each other as like black people. And that's like when they talk about code and stuff, that's code. When you look out there and you see other people that look like you want to be able to help them out, because we know if it was the other way around, we know they help themselves. We talk about nepotism and all that stuff a lot. So it's like we have to be able to, do that as well. Appreciate that.
No, I definitely agree. That was dope. If it's true, that's dope.
Anything else?
Oh, you got
I just got one more. It'll be quick. Click Joey Chestnut. This shit is wild how much this boy eat. There's a couple slides, but
God damn, that's a glizzy mountain, wasn't it?
Bro, look at this. Man ate 141 hard-boiled eggs in 8 minutes.
For what though?
He's
the self-talk.
He's a competitive eater. He's like the Michael Jordan of competitive eating.
Well, white folk love to make some shit a sport that ain't no sport.
121
in 6 minutes, 28 pounds of protein in 10 minutes. This shit is insane.
What would you eat that many Twinkies, bro?
182.
Hold on. So, like, do they get their stomach like?
He trained for that shit.
Fuck that. I'm saying, but once you get finished eating it, do they like? You know what I mean? Like,
do you believe in some kind of
You said
I
what?
haven't
for you to
heard
get
that. But
I've actually heard something about that.
You gotta shit that out.
People done said that they done had to get stuff done to their stomach afterwards at different times. Certain ones.
I haven't.
But hold on, like, what is the life expectancy of a nigga that eat 121 Twinkies? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, he's been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah, but I don't know if
he maintains his weight too. They say his weight throughout his career has been like 225 to 240.
It had been like that Asian dude that used to like kill the shit.
They used to go back and forth.
But it'd be like it actually be like smaller people.
Bro, look at that
9-pound turkey in 10 minutes.
21 pounds of shrimp in 8 minutes. This shit is insane.
Bro, wow, that's crazy.
He ate 182 chicken
wings. But a lot of what
minutes.
they do, I remember like maybe there's something on Netflix, a documentary or something like that. But a lot of what they do, it deals with like stomach training and working on like expansion of whatever. Then it's like eating techniques.
And he said he drinks like high protein milk and certain stuff. And then he fasts a lot too when he's not competing.
83 glizzies in 10 minutes.
It's a lot of fucking glizzies, bro. Hey, I think old head senior might be able to get it. Hey, I got his ass.
That's exactly why I put that in there. I should call it the glizzy.
Hey, I got his ass. We was this yesterday or the day before. We was riding around and he stopped at 7-Eleven. QT actually QT.
Oh, he'll grab a hot dog.
Hey, he get the QT glizzy, bro. And then I caught his ass, recorded him on that first. But I'm like, why you have to open your mouth so wide, bro?
Hey, me and him can go back and forth on them chicken wings. I give him a run.
I dare you to sit next to him for an hour. Though. You know what he's talking about, right? That man stink.
Oh, probably, yeah. Got to.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I guess one thing I would say is that what was this? This is probably like 2014. No, this was earlier than that. 2012-ish. Broke was a substitute teacher at like some elementary school. That after school snack every day was gonna be that
glizzy
gas station hot dog with the icy. And maybe it came with some chips, and now all that shit was like $3.
Yeah, I know what now
every motherfucking day, boy.
I've been privileged a little bit in adulthood.
You know what's something that like I had to stop eating it because it made me sick one time, but I used to kill it.
But listen, you put like when you stack it up too.
No, you ever had the 7-Eleven wings?
What? Y'all talking about dressing the glizzy?
I used to eat the 7-Eleven.
Them 7-Eleven wings used to like they ain't the best wings. They'll get the job, but
them
7-Eleven, after you eat their food for a minute, it'd be like you can't eat it no more.
But yeah, I ain't tried it because it just seems suspect.
It hit the spot a plenty of times. Are you gonna in a bind?
Yeah, they not real wings. They made from chicken. Probably.
I done had a pizza, which I think is still suspect, but them chicken wings, y'all going too far, bro. Y'all, those ain't no fucking chicken wings.
Fucking cat wings.
Yeah, I'm not going, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm done. I think Tone might have one or two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple. Yeah, so y'all listen to the classics, any?
Like when that can be so broad.
I mean the stylistics, like
Temptations,
okay.
the OJs, yeah.
You know, so every once in a while, my what I like to listen to, you know, I sit back and I like to
my classics
a classic by the Stylistics. This classic by the Stylistics right here.
Nigga, you can hate, but your bitch steady watching. Bet you can't do it on the dick she popping. Good nigga, keep that hurt by the pound. Trunk stay bucket, y'all know we run a jail. And I keep a bad picture around. No, yeah, yellow, white, red, brown, and a Chevy still 24s. Flats look like flapjacks, pancakes. Ain't no good nigga. I'ma play a game, how it goes. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood for.
Oh,
they got the whole break and everything, bro.
But they went crazy on this. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, they got a whole bunch of these.
I love the AI, like the AI interpret, like make a Motown version of Hood Nigga by Gorilla Zoe, as if the Stylistics and the Temptations sung it. With like those shits be so fire. I ain't gonna.
Bro, I've been listening to them jinx. He got the whole songs on YouTube. I just been listening to them joints in the car. That joke been funny to me. Like Copper Chicken by OJ the Juice Man. Ironically enough, it made for a dope like 70s song, bro. Yeah, bro, that joke be vibing, bro. And then I had this one here. I was gonna go to the cooking week. I might do that.
Are you doing?
Yeah, do that one, bro. Because I want to know. Because do y'all know anything about it?
Okay, so I didn't know about it, but she just started popping up on my timeline a whole lot this week. So I was kind of like avoiding looking at her because I was like, I don't want to see this shit. But then I found out what she really does, and like she's trying to encourage women to cook more for their men. That's really what her.
Oh, she fired.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she fired. So like, and it's been a whole bunch of.
But
women,
hold up, wasn't it twerking?
She do some twerking, but she
hold on, play it. I ain't never seen her. This play it. I just heard the name.
With Kaya.
Yo, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. Do not get up on here trying to tell me how to make
I see why women are mad.
Great aunt make it. This is how Kaya makes it, and it's exactly why your man was begging me all week long for this macaroni recipe because it just looks so fire and it tastes so good. So follow these simple directions and come and tell me how. Let me know how it tastes if you try it.
Hey Tony, to avoid the copyright.
Oh yeah. That was that joint right there.
I'm glad y'all singing over it though. They might not pick that up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but either way though, she it's been some women getting mad because it be men like cooking, like they be learning from the channel and cooking for their women. Women have been mad. I've seen videos of women mad about that.
So let me ask you this: is she twerking throughout the cooking session, or is it like that? She just starts out.
I haven't watched the whole video, but from what I see, she just started off like that in the video. Like she do her intro like that every time. She do the same as that intro like every time.
And then she go into the ingredient. I mean, hey, you know what I mean? But that goes into my topic for later, but we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, but that was that one. And then this was one-on-one.
18 should not be considered grown, legal, whatever it is that you call it. Baby, I am 25 years old and I am still paying for the consequences of my actions when I was 18. What the fuck even is that weird age?
What did you do?
Exactly.
What
Hey, y'all was just giving that nigga a pass earlier.
And our dumbasses
was,
listen to that. I
21.
wanted to be 18 so I can go have fun. And then, the next age is 21 so you can go buy alcohol. But baby, I've been buying alcohol since. But yeah, 18, 19, 20, 21, I was having a ball, fun, big fun. And now I'm 25 and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Wait till
18,
you get 30.
I should have had my head in the books. I should have been studying credit. I should have been studying finance, business, all of that. I should have been figuring out how to budget, how to buy a house. Nah, I'm on top of cars, twerking, drunk, going out to eat every day. Spending my money on whatever it is that I want to spend it on and having that, I'll make it right back mentality. No. Why didn't somebody stop me? Like the grown-ups before us they finessed us because they kind of made it look easy. So we ain't know. Well, I ain't know. And now, baby, I'm depressed. 18 should not be considered grown,
I just want
legal,
to start
whatever
here,
it is.
Just debonnet yourself.
Yeah.
Let's just start there.
She need to fix her fucking fire alarm.
I'm starting there.
She got to fix the fire alarm, number 2.
The fire alarm.
Bro, I didn't even hear that shit.
I didn't hear it either.
Neither one of those crazy how that stereotype is true, bro.
No, it is super true.
I did not hear it at all, bro. And the only reason Johnny picked up on it, I ain't gonna go.
It's because I'm from the suburbs.
Now Johnny be with them single women.
Johnny, you be putting batteries in they
I keep some 9 volts.
No, that's what's up. Hey, make them think you handy around the crib.
I'll put up a shower curtain.
Motherfucker just got 9-volt batteries in his pocket and shit.
Like, hold on, so they need a man around this place.
Yo,
the comments is wild. Tracy, how dare y'all criticize a black woman?
hey, Trey, I've been telling them today, following the Godnocracy all episode, bro.
And Don said, debonnet yourself is wild.
Yeah, we just gonna start there, Don. I had to start there.
Hey, but no, like what I was thinking about though while I was watching her video was like, are we ill-equipped? Is it that we're getting like at 18 that it's not old enough, or is it that we're ill-equipped at 18, or like even now that are we ill-equipping our 18-year-olds or our youth to be 18 to handle adulthood? Like, is it becoming a thing? Because like what it's looking like to me, I feel like at our generation, by the time we reach 18, we still had some stuff to learn, but I feel like we was a lot more ready to step into it compared to like the 18-year-olds of today. Reaching 18, they are not wanting to step into that jank like that. Like,
oh yeah,
now I can see a lot
of them. I ain't trying to drive. Like, I know a good bit of my homeboys who kids they're not interested in driving.
Yeah, that's
and they're
crazy
like
to
17, 18 years old, like not even in. I do know some who
motherfuckers that made inside too accessible, too nice.
Motherfucking Uber and all that shit.
I know somebody to this day that I grew up with that ain't got too much interest in driving. I had a couple.
Oh no,
that weren't interested in driving.
Yeah, but okay.
Interested in like not doing it, like not getting your license to 18 is like.
But I mean, it's a super minority in our generation. Like, super minority of motherfuckers was not trying to drive. I know one person. I know the same person you know that said the same shit. I don't know anybody else.
I think Unc got a little bit more of the sentiment I'm trying to get to. Like, he was saying 18 was different 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah, that is one. But I know multiple.
Oh, I've not heard of that shit. Matter of fact, Alvin that came here, he used to didn't want to drive, but it was something that happened. But this nigga been driving. He was the only nigga I knew at that time. They was letting that nigga fail the driving test, and they wouldn't tell him the 10 and 2. He was in that motherfucker like this the whole time.
You don't fail just because of that.
Hey, all I'm gonna tell you is that I was asking him like, bro, what's up, man?
That man couldn't parallel park also. Like, we don't fail just because
I ain't have to parallel park. I ain't had to parallel park.
Bro, what?
I don't believe, but that was a long fucking time ago. I don't know.
But the sentiment I was getting at is even if you look back at like the 50s 18-year-olds, the 60s 18-year-olds, the 70s, as the decades go on and everything, it seems like 18 is a lot less prepared to be an adult. Like 18, 50, like they looked a whole lot different. They was already doing stuff. By the time they like 22, they had certain things going. It was even like the mindset. The mindset was more there, like to know kind of what to step into. Even if they was having fun, they still was handling adult stuff. It seemed like more like
they was having kids younger.
I think
they were just, I don't know. I think that like
I don't think our generation is any more prepared than their generation, to be honest.
This right here is a good comment. This generation of grannies compete with their grandchildren for men. Nobody to guide them. That's true. Like this, like I'm saying, when no grannies competing, when I was growing up, even my grandma was not competing with my mama.
No, big
for
facts.
No men.
Big facts.
I don't think that. Maybe he's saying that grandmothers are competing for the same men today. Maybe I don't know. I know that we all grew up inside like some bird. Well, my bad. I can't say we all did. I know we speak about like this high percentage of us that grew up with single parents and like that experience of them. They all was dating. These are people that when you went to college, they still was dating. They still was talking to people. It might not be. I don't know if they're, and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if they are competing for the same people or not. But this isn't the first generation where the grandmas are still outside dating, still going to the dirty 30s.
Yeah, but the grandmas are a lot younger. So the grandmas have continued to get younger.
But grandmas was like we're not inside the era where there's a height, like the height of the teen pregnancy. That already happened.
I understand that.
Those were the youngest grandmas. Like our generation had younger grandmas.
Oh, that's standing there. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, Johnny ain't closed the door, but yeah, like we're not inside the
I won't go with the grandma.
Grandma.
Something that I have seen though is like the competition between mother and father. Mother and daughter. I've definitely seen that in our generation. I've seen that competition between mother and daughter. But I don't know exactly what who's that? That was Trey. Yeah, I don't know exactly what he was pointing at, but I do agree with the overall sentiment with that Tone saying. I think that as we've gotten more convenient and we wanting to give these more convenient lives to our children, that we have like not prepared. We're not preparing them for the real world. We're preparing them for a softer world that really doesn't exist, which it's not as
I think, in my opinion, I think that
there's much grace within it.
I don't think that we were like super prepared to be adults at 18.
I'm saying we were super prepared.
We was ready to step into, like we wanted to, like, bro.
We wanted to step into it. That was the difference.
I was ready. I was ready to go, bro.
But you was ready to go to college. You wasn't ready to just be. Like
niggas was ready to get up out of the
college.
crib.
Is just high school.
But we was ready for the freedom,
bro. I was ready to do it.
Yes, yeah, like
they not
that's average.
Them kids at 18, they want to go to college, but college isn't any of those.
But what I'm saying is they don't seem to be like
I think that
excited to do it anymore. Even like with the team.
I guess I just don't be saying that.
Man, even with the teens I got, we took them to the beach one time. Like this is how they did. We went to the beach. Now our age, if we would have went to the beach when we was like 16, 17, bro, like with our parents, we out.
Facts.
They stayed up under us the whole time. They want us to go to the park with them. Like we sitting there, like we expecting them to go leave. Like they got a whole group with them. We expecting them to go leave. They waiting to see what we want to do and go. Like they wouldn't even go do it.
The kids not outside by themselves. I live in a neighborhood that has hella kids. You don't see kids out playing like that. That's super rare. I ain't gonna say super rare, but you don't nowhere near as when we grew up. Like the parents and they keep the kids under their arm, and it's like we're afraid of society, so we overly protect our kids from everything. We're afraid of society, even though statistically crime's going down. They fucking brainwash us to believe that the world is so much less safe than it's ever been in the history, and we believe it. So we just fucking overprotect our children from anything that could possibly be. You know what I mean? I have to get with my either way. I'll just leave it there. That's what I believe. They definitely are soft, and what they say. On the men's side, there's a meme that was going around. They're talking about what strong men create strong. Well, fuck it, I can't remember.
You're just talking about the cycle. Strong men create weak kids, and weak kids create strong men. Pretty much. I think it uses. I think it uses the word times in there instead of men. But
It was, but it's like 4 different.
It's
whatever.
like hard time. Yeah, we
Yeah,
all
whatever
know
it
that
is.
thing is about.
Yeah, but that's all I have.
Right on time.
All right, so where we at?
Y'all 2 niggas fight it out, bro.
So who? What do you mean?
It's 2 questions left.
You got rock, paper, scissors.
Whatever, bro. Get your ass whooped.
Get your ass out of there. Get your ass up out of here, nigga. Go first.
Damn, we ain't gonna get the Johnny question again.
Hey, Johnny be trying to hide from his question. He be trying to hide, bro. Oh yeah, he keep that motherfucker for multiple weeks. He ain't got to come up.
Yeah. All right, tell us about ass shaking and African roots or something.
Oh yeah. So my question for the week is, and it's funny. I actually love the I put the ass shaking on there. I mean the African part on there because of the FBA conversations that we have. Are we tired of ass shaking culture yet? Or are we still doing it because our ties to Africa, as that's one of the dances that we used to do on the continent, and that's just a part of our, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because that was the excuse back in the day. I know y'all remember hearing that. Motherfucker was talking about how it's a part of our history back on the continent and all that shit.
Twerking is a tradition that goes back years, bro, and I appreciate the twerkers out there.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
I mean, what is ass shaking culture then? Like, what is that? Like,
ass shaking
we define this?
like, are we talking about?
So niggas is just lost. See, this is that godnocracy shit. Trey, these niggas want to act like we don't know that.
Nah, I think Trey on our side.
Yeah, Trey on our side. He finna piss Trey off.
Ain't no way Trey on y'all side. Them white women don't shake ass like that.
But they do it though.
Trey said Africans didn't invent ass shaking.
He said
the white women be shaking ass too, bro. Africans ain't invented.
So, with all seriousness though, y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. So essentially,
like, you talking about like Sexy Red
pop
and like
culture, the pop culture, our culture being projected as ass shaking being like a big part of pretty much sexualizing our women in that way, and fucking that being like the forefront of hell any popular female rapper. That is the fucking thing. Even if she ain't singing about fucking, she's shaking ass and fucking winding and all that. That's just what it is. So I'm just asking that. Are you tired of it?
I think we are. You saw what happened to Ice Spice.
What happened to her?
What happened?
She
to
fell
Ice
off.
Spice?
Like, I mean,
she
like,
took some more zip it.
What are we talking about? Ice Spice was never like somebody that we ever thought was gonna be around.
I ain't never heard no song.
But I mean, all she did was shake ass, and I think it went away quick. And I think it's because.
Well, it's because she was just a one-hit wonder.
Okay, maybe this. Okay,
Sexy Red's still outside. What are you talking about? Okay. I'm looking for the.
Get it, sexy.
That shit ain't went nowhere.
Okay, all right. Okay, so
that motherfucker was just talentless and a one-hit wonder, and she looked like she had Down syndrome.
So, what's your point, Johnny? What's your stance?
No, I was just saying. I think I'm tired of it personally. So I mean, I think there is a group of people that are getting tired of it. We are seeing. I was gonna say Dosey, but she kind of shake ass too.
Who?
Dosey, that dark skin.
Yeah, she could rap.
The girl y'all was talking about the last time. She was on NPR recently.
Yeah.
Okay, I tried to watch some of it.
So I mean, I'm tired of it personally, but I don't think the society is. It'd be hard for me to say that, but I've gotten tired of it. I don't think it's much value there.
Gotcha. Nah.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
I was trying to answer the question.
Trey said you have it until you crowbar African into the topic real.
You remember that, Trey? You remember when they said that they was like validating shaking ass because it was like a part of our African roots? You don't remember that?
Oh man.
Go ahead, Q.
Am I tired of? Nah, I enjoy like a good ass shaking, to be honest.
I mean, I still enjoy it, but I don't want to see Sexy Red 24/7. Like, I get tired of seeing
I don't
like
see
her.
Sexy Red 24/7.
Okay.
Most of my shit, like if my algorithm and all that shit is like basketball and like politics and shit like that. And AI.
So it sounds like you actually tired of it.
No,
because you don't even
I
watch
enjoy
it.
like if I can see some ass shaking, I'm not like mad at it.
What do you mean? If you could see ass shaking all day if you wanted to on Instagram.
But that's the whole thing. If it just pop across your timeline, that's one thing.
If
you're going looking for it all the time and then you seeing it all the time and then it keeps popping.
To me, like I think that's the product of you being like over consuming it. But like niggas make like I've only known twerking since being like what 5th, 6th grade. Like I remember going to Carowinds when Back That Ass dropped. And everybody was twerking. I remember during like high school, you said the men and the women was twerking. During college,
I was calling that blanket shit twerking.
What high school?
He said it Charlotte.
I called the blanket shit twerking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
During
that shit was a
college,
time to be alive. It was slight twerking.
During college, when Travis Porter came on, that motherfucker turned the fuck up.
Oh, what was that song? Dunk?
Yeah.
She got a dunk.
Yeah.
She got a dunk.
Any of it, like all the way, like. It ain't been a time that I ain't enjoyed ass shaking on me. And when I feel like I want to go see it, seeing ass shaking.
But I think all of the times you just made was when you was a kid. All of the time frame you just came up with was all kid. You ain't talking about adult at all.
All right, so right now, if it's like whenever ass shaking comes across my timeline, I'm cool with it because it's not that big of a thing.
I mean, it sounds like
as
you
an
don't
adult,
really even. You're not the person that even sees it often at all. Probably.
Welcome to another video.
Right. Thing is that
Kaya, cooking with Kaya,
ass shaking on it. That's his own issue.
So this is
do not get up on here trying to tell me how to make my macaroni.
What we've done is like you know that women actually believe that of us, right? The women think that we look what. That's why I would assume that that's the reason why they're molded themselves after these women with like the ass and ass has become like this. I'm assuming that that's the reason because they believe that we're liking the pictures on the IGs of these women with the asses, and then that's been what they're shooting for. And so it sounds like we probably are a part of the problem in this instance. Would you disagree?
All right, you said that we're liking the pictures of girls with BBLs. Is that what you was meaning inside that?
That's what I was saying.
Is that what you were saying?
Fuck it, bro. It's not that serious.
No, I don't know what you were saying. You said they be liking the girls with the big butts on IG, and because of that, they want to mold themselves after. Like this sounds like which. I'm asking you to reiterate it. I could be missaying it, or I'm saying the exact
it ain't
thing.
that serious to reiterate. Well, the only thing I'm saying is that I believe that of course I understand when you were young and you're just like, you know what I mean, in that dancing thing. I think that we've had ass shaking at the forefront of what our culture looks like for far too long at this point. I think that there's a time at least at a time where we got to go ahead and let that shit rock, bro. We gotta let that shit go. If we're gonna try to we can't sit here and talk about all of this progress of people and all of this shit, and then with the representation as we're seeing is a bunch. As far as women, I can't say even the men. Like we talk about the gun culture a lot in our music and shit.
Twerking represents the majority of black women.
I think that no. I said that what we're seeing of us, what is creating the culture. So like we actually don't even depict the culture. It doesn't seem like. It seems like someone else is actually showing us what our culture is.
That's not our culture. That's just.
But what I'm saying is that someone is depicting our culture to us, not us creating the culture.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why you would have the ass shaking being the most popular, or the, let's say, slut or smut music. That would be someone.
All right, so are we taking it to like music and entertainment, or like what the culture actually is? I guess I'm trying to understand exactly where you at inside this conversation. Yeah, because it's hard for me to answer. Like again, I'm personally like I don't feel any kind of way about people twerking just because of twerking been around for so long. And I also don't think that is like the epitome of when somebody thinks of like a black woman or black culture, it's twerking either though.
You don't think twerking got nothing to do with when people think of black culture and they think of male and females of the black culture? You don't think twerking is in their depiction?
The person that has that depiction thinks of black people like black men as thugs and gangsters.
Maybe, but I definitely think twerking is a
it's
thing.
Crazy,
like,
bro. I think that you like downplaying the shit way far. That's why you try like even the way you're toning when you're trying to like drug over.
So
my question is
so
like,
what did I say? So did I misrepresent what you had said? If I did, let me know where I did.
You overly simplified it and made it sound so dumb of a question that you tend to do that sometimes. Like
all I'm asking you is like, so tell me what did I say? I literally asked you like, is this a fair representation? And
you already knew it wasn't.
All right, so if somebody says women with big asses on Instagram, we be liking their pictures, I would think that you're probably talking about BBLs. If I say, are you talking about women with BBLs as a clarification? How is that like simplifying and overrepresenting?
No, you're talking about a minute point in the overall what I've said. So
you had asked the question about that specifically to me about like if we're the problem with liking the BBL pictures.
So what I was asking was, fuck it, I don't even remember exactly how I was trying to frame it. So what I was asking was, what I was asking was fucking.
Was it was it like us liking the picture influencing people to go and do that?
It was something. It was pretty much the idea of our perceived love for said thing is also based in our interaction with the ass shaking as it relates to social media. So the perception that this is so big to us, I think a lot of women believe that we care so much about it is because of the way that we react to it on social media. Does that make sense? So, and I was asking, do you think that influences the dynamics that we have between each other?
Like the cooking with Kaya girl. I think that's why people are mad at her.
Right.
Because she shake ass.
Like it's a stereotype.
You're,
of
you're like shaking ass, and it's about cooking. So like that isn't even anything to do with it.
But then all the guys liking it. It would indicate that we like ass shaking. I think that's kind of
because these niggas is not cooking.
Yeah, they not watching. A whole bunch they're not watching because she's cooking. They're watching because she shake ass. I think.
But I guess that's kind of like with the whole issue of the cooking with Kaya things. Is it because she's shaking her ass, or is it because she's cooking and modern women aren't cooking? And that's kind of like the exact split point where people are talking about it.
So, but I
don't know where y'all landed. Do you think that modern women are cooking and men they appreciate her because there's a plate involved, or is it because of she's shaking ass?
We niggas now. It's the ass because we ain't eating them plates.
The thing is,
so you think that like
she's
telling
women to cook for their men and shake their ass for them. Shake their
ass. But the thing is that,
but
that's not men watching. That's men aren't watching.
Right,
but look, men aren't watching
because it's mad IG thoughts that have no substance that niggas is running up. They got bigger asses than her and shake their ass better.
The thing is that niggas is not watching that woman cook because she's trying to get other women to cook. That doesn't even make sense.
Bro, legit. It
doesn't even make sense.
Legit. I've seen a lot of men cooking her recipes. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like a lot of men been cooking from her.
But
recipes.
what I'm talking about, you're talking about millions, but right? We're talking about millions of people, right?
But my issue is that like she's not bad or has a crazy ass.
Come on, Tom.
Yeah,
millions of men are
like
watching.
She's not bad or has like a really big ass.
But I think the ass shaking, like I don't know.
I get what you're saying with the ass shaking culture.
I think
it's the same thing that everything else has been. Like we have something in our culture, and then white people take it, and then they take their version and make it, and then it becomes a whole nother thing that's like not exactly what we did. Like that's kind of what I see it as. It's like I think ass shaking has a part of culture. It's just that it's too much of it. That's all that it is now.
And then it's been that way for a long time.
Yeah, it used to be a balance between things. Like people be sitting there trying to talk about it ain't no balance, but I'm like, no, there was a balance.
There was a balance,
for
bro.
Little Kim, you had the MC, like you had the Queen Latifah, Eve. You had these other people,
a whole bunch of
different stuff. So it's like,
I mean, for every Sexy Red, there's a Rhapsody, there's a Samara. I mean, I think we got balance today.
But and see the other thing. The only thing is that nowadays, exactly, that's the difference. Like back in the day,
on the radio, I think I've heard one Rhapsody song.
None of them tracks from that album. She had a whole album that made it.
But Queen Latifah wasn't even the same era as Little Kim and Foxy Brown. And Eve also was dog tattoos on her titties and talking about fucking also.
Yeah, Eve wasn't the best example of that. She was kind of.
But what I'm saying was that
I forgot a presentation back in the day.
That's part of what I'm saying. It's like taking control of your femininity is all of it. Like it's not just ass shaking. That's my whole thing. Eve, I think is a good example because she represented more than that. She gave you a whole lot of different layers. She gave you the abuse layers. She gave you the making wrong decision layer. She gave a lot of different layers.
And see, it's a difference between and that's a great point. I'm glad I did bring up Eve to get here, because a great point is that just because there's a difference between shaking the ass and your whole catalog being a thing versus you being a human. It's okay. Yeah, you have fun too. Have that happen. But then there's also more layers to you than just that thing. That's like the rap nigga that's talking about nothing but like the killing niggas and the drug shit. Like, bro, you ain't had a good day. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't see your mom today, or like you ain't got no reason to have like a song that fits another mood. And to me, that makes you trash. Like, it makes no sense for Future to still be making the same album, and this nigga's 40. Nigga gotta be, how old is Future, bro? This nigga's gotta be every bit of 40, 45 fucking years old, bro.
He about our age, I think.
Hell no, bro.
He may love you better.
That nigga's 41 years old, bro.
What's that song he had with Tim?
This nigga Future 41.
Love you, but no, I forgot that one. But
yeah,
I forgot the one, Wait on You or something like that.
This nigga still talking about lean, and then he said he doesn't fuck with it. Soon as you say that, your latest album is still talking about you love.
But we run up a million, like if you go platinum with it, that means.
But then we do the shit and then call it not them, but then they call the album Culture. For the culture. All this shit talking about culture. Well, what the fuck is it then? Is it the shit y'all doing?
Are you talking about the Migos right now?
I'm talking about all of them talk that. What Cardi named her daughter named Culture?
Maybe.
It is.
So it's a lot of these people talk about the culture, and every time you see it as it relates to our music, it's always like damn near, well, other than Kendrick here talking about the culture, though, you know what I mean? But that was beef shit. So like, I don't know, bro. I said that to say I'm about tired of that the ass shaking shit and all of that. The gun.
So are you talking about like ass shaking? Are you talking about?
I think those are the equivalent of each other. Like the ass shaking for women is like the gun shit for men, or the
in entertainment. Is that where you're having the conversation at?
Right.
Are you talking about like ass shaking in real life or ass shaking on like the internet?
I was talking about entertainment.
Okay,
it was entertainment based because I think that the entertainment is what they use to, to depict our culture. Like, even if you look at, like, to me, I think that I've never seen a lot of like the 50 Cent joints, the series that he make. I've never seen any of them. But what I say is that, like, I mean, we went from the white people being in charge of the shit that made us look bad to us being in charge of the shit that make us look bad. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, what the fuck are we crying about at some point? Do you think that this is going to be beneficial in some way? Or niggas will make a lot of money for sure. That will happen. Niggas will make some money, but I mean, that's still what we was talking about, the sacrifice, individual sacrifice for the collective progression. Last week, that was last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This shit can go anywhere. We can leave it there. And what we got? Yeah, shit, that was a long time. You can do the any comments, Tone, and then we can move forward. Obviously, that we're not going to agree.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's anything you really posted yet. Even her Brad.
Yeah,
I had to read that.
Yeah, but I know Trey wasn't rolling with Eve. That's a fact.
That wasn't the point, Trey.
The problem is these black women got famous off of white men giving them money and pushing their agenda down black people's throats, but men who can't get women love it to jerk off to.
Nigga, just watch porn, bro. Like, that doesn't have to be like our regular shit too. Like, if you, why the fuck this niggas try? Like, I don't know.
I heard OnlyFans in Brazil ain't popping. Not only that, the native men out there don't even be thirsty like that. My point is, us as black men got to take a page out of their book.
But isn't like the sex worker market in Brazil crazy?
I was about to say.
Niggas ain't gotta see porn because they paying.
But I'm like,
I heard inflation ain't hit that in the shit.
I heard that a long time ago. I don't know how stuff has changed over
bro,
time.
Bro, tell them that ain't cheating, bro. That ain't cheating.
It ain't cheating if you pay for it.
Oh yeah, no, I think that, like, to me, and this is hey, hold on. I just
ain't
wanna
cheating if you buy it.
And if you buy it in another country.
Well, this is what I say. This is what I say. The reason why I made that statement is because, like, I talk to my pops and them homies like that all the time, and what I think the worst thing is like the cheating where you got like the way they did it back in the day, and
the whole family,
like you gotta, you know what I mean, like
side baby,
because you take him out of the house and all kinds of shit. That's still like to me, like paying for, if a dude is paying for some side job just to hit, and it's not a relationship. Like I think that people probably overreact as long as he's safe about it. I think it's like as a culture, I think they socialize us to overreact about it. That's my opinion.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. They real say what?
But y'all was doing good till you brought up this topic.
We finally hit the Johnny this week. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right, so my question was, if money is not an object, what would you do with your life, and how would you spend your time? If like say universal basic income come and we don't have to worry about like paying bills and it's just doing what you want to do, how would we spend our time if we ain't gotta go into the job and we got robot, all that stuff? Me personally, I'd probably be like either a travel photographer and just try to take the dopest pictures I could, or I probably wouldn't do too much of shit, honestly. I'd probably just sit at the house and just chill, because like the money that's the biggest motivator for the most part. Like, and if I don't have to worry about that, I don't see where, I don't see why people would, go out and do stuff personally.
Gotcha.
If it's not about passion.
I guess I would say that for me, it wouldn't be too much that would really, really change. I was seeing that even in this this break, like I usually take almost the entire 3 weeks out of December off, and my patterns don't really change. I still get up at pretty much the same exact time, still consume close enough to the same shit. I would probably just because I enjoy what I do when I'm doing the things that I'm doing. So like I enjoy basketball, so I'll probably still hoop. I probably still like want to do some version of coaching, like the competitiveness to that. I enjoy debates and like the conversations that we have. So like unpack this show. Maybe I have more time to do more different versions of it or something like that. But like I find myself happy with what I do in my free time enough to where like that ends up being like what I would do if I didn't have any other free time. Like I get a little thrill out of like when I do some graphic shit here and there. Like all these things are things that I personally enjoy already. And if I could just, but the thing is like my work isn't like such this heavy thing. So that was something that I was noticing when I, like me not working. It hasn't had to be too big of a drop because of I've been able to do the things that I enjoy while working anyway. And so it had, and that was where like, I guess, yeah, that's the best that I can say, I guess. Wouldn't too much change because of I've continued to key in on like different things that I've enjoyed and found way to make more room for that. Like I like talking basketball, so like I be talking basketball with niggas. I like talking politics and like smart shit, so I talk politics and smart shit with niggas. I like talking like regular culture shit, so I sit around and talk and made space for the ability to talk regular culture shit with people.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the best I can say.
I mean, I'd have more free time to not do stuff because, like,
but to me, not doing shit is not fun at all.
Yeah.
I that's the thing I hate the most. Like, I don't like watching series. I don't watch anything like that.
See,
I like to schedule my time. I like structure to my time. And if I don't have that, then I want to be working on like another thing. That's just me personally.
And I like not doing stuff sometimes, but it's a strategic not doing something too. I got certain things I don't do when I'm not doing something.
I don't even like sleeping in like that.
I don't like sleeping in like that. I'm up early. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely I probably would be doing a lot of learning and training, honestly. Like I would actually spend a lot more time probably boxing. I know it sounds crazy, but it's something that I'm actually I'm just interested in it. And I think that would be like something I would spend a lot of time doing, like working out more, boxing. Mm-hmm. I would definitely spend a lot more time reading. I like learning. I'm on an everlasting quest for knowledge, and I like searching for the truth and seeing.
Well, going to that gym, even if it's once a week, it's such a good like dopamine release. I think maybe it's like oxytocin release, some shit like that, where I can imagine that, where whether it's boxing or whatever version of like physical activity, that shit feels so good. Mm-hmm. Your skin feels flood. Like it'd be so much to it.
Yeah, and even like even now, and I ain't been working out lately, but I still have the inclination where it's like sometimes I feel like, man, I got to get down and do some push-ups right now. Like I would definitely be spending a lot more time doing that. I ain't got no excuse not to do it now. I'm still getting my mentality. Like I've been,
man. When I went and ran for 3 hours, hoop for like 3 hours last Monday, and that was the best I felt in a while. Just off, and again, like you be tired as a motherfucker. You be having to push yourself through them games and shit like that. But when I got home, just like the feeling, and just like, yeah, it felt really, really good. That physical activity dopamine release be fire.
Yeah, that'd be pretty much it though. I definitely spend a lot of time reading. I would watch my shows. I like shows.
I'd be on Netflix heavy.
Yeah, I like shows, but it's also how I watch shows though. Like the way I watch shows, I understand that like the people who wrote the show, that nothing is in the scene by accident. So it's like a lot of stuff I'm interested in. It'd be like I actually care about the art of acting and the art of the scenery within the scene, and why this decision was made to be right here, and why this scene led to this scene over here. I care about all of that stuff. So I do like hearing that, like watching TV for that reason.
I ain't gonna fraud. Actually, I stopped watching TV for that same reason.
What, like you know, like
once I went to school and started like learning, I went to what was that? Like the little film school shit I went to for about a year. Seeing like the intentionality behind everything, it just made me like, it took the fun out of watching shit. So I just really didn't care as much. But to answer the question, I don't know if y'all remember, I had like a few years stint of like not having to work, and what I did was like, I could find those things like the rapping and the, you know what I mean, the shows, and that's when we was doing that stuff. I could find that thing that could like, you know what I mean, give me that, you know, that upper, that dopamine hit, yeah, that fulfillment that I was looking for. And to be honest, I think like to me, y'all had some good answers. That shit for me, it just sounded good. I'm trying to put myself and see if these things I would be interested in. It's like, yeah, that shit sounds good. I'm actually a person that needs work. I think that it's beneficial for me to have work. I'm not a person that like thinks I'll do so well with like.
That's Euro stepping the question though.
Say it again.
That's Euro stepping the question.
Yeah, he said if money isn't a thing, then what would you do with your free time?
But he was basing it off of like UBI, like all the shit happens to where we can't work anymore.
Oh yeah, shit, that wouldn't. I'm saying I don't know. That wouldn't be good for me.
I definitely think you should start figuring that out. Like not just because of UBI, but like even like me, it was a certain point where I was just focused on I didn't understand the stuff I was actually interested in. So then when I started like it's like I don't even remember how I took notice of it, but it was just like I just realized one day, like I started thinking about what I actually wanted, because it was like I was sitting there like, man, I want something. Then I realized I didn't even know what I wanted. So how can I feel bad about wanting something or not having something? I don't even know what I want. Like, so I really started focusing on that. What do I really want? What's the stuff that really matters to me? And when I narrowed down that answer, it was like, dang, it's not that hard. I can actually have what I want. Right. Like I already actually have it. I'm just not walking in that because I'm so focused over here trying to do stuff to attain other stuff.
Right. The thing is,
get caught in the hamster wheel.
That statement goes to I was hearing Gilbert Arenas was talking to his son, and like his son wanted that NIL money so much, right? And then when Gilbert started asking, well, what do you want it for?
Mm-hmm.
It really ended up going all the way down because like most of his needs was already met with the things he already had. And it was just the fact that he wanted it, and he just wanted like a little more money to eat some food. He was like, what can I get like $1,500 for my takeout bill? And he was like, sure, here's this. But the thing was that he wanted the money so bad, but he just wanted it because he wanted it. It wasn't even like an actual need for a thing. And when he sat down and like drilled down to it, you just want like a couple more dollars to go eat out. And that's going to satisfy you in comparison to thinking like, if I get this, I may be able to, and I'm a want and have the ability to do all these different things that you really don't care to do.
I have a bit of an answer. I'm not saying that this will be the healthiest thing for me. I still don't think it'll be the healthiest thing for me to like just sit at home and not have something that I have to do to, you know what I mean? Because productivity is like I start to feel shitty if I'm not doing something that's like productive, that like actually yields some kind of, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's checking the box if it doesn't yield anything. But one thing I do like is like the idea in like the renovation shit. Like we just renovated the room in there to build the new set or whatever, and That shit was fulfilling. So it'll probably be something like
with your hands.
Yeah, it'll probably be something like some kind of home renovation construction type of thing. That would probably be if money wasn't the thing and I could just actually just buy whatever it is that's needed for the fucking project. That would probably be what I'd be doing. That I can think of, because like and I also like conversations. I mean, but I don't think that like that would be that singularly could actually, you know what I mean, push me.
I
or make
definitely
me feel
think that could be a thing. I would be spending a lot more time with my friends and my family if.
Oh, for sure,
bro. I would spend so much more. That's one of the main things I would be doing.
Yeah, it'd be finding like how to talk about things that you care about talking about, whatever those things are.
Yeah.
No, I like it L5 because I've been thinking about it, and like I say, I mean,
how many weeks you been thinking about it?
Like he's supposed to know his answer by now, bro.
Well, I have questions that I have legit questions about. And so it's not like I question.
That's a joke because it's our third week.
I know. I get it. I get it. That's your last joke, though. We done. You don't get no OnlyFans joke this week.
Okay. I'll put that on there.
But before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody for tapping in. Please follow us on all social media at the To Be Fair Show. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Like, comment, subscribe. You can check us out. We'll be here next Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8:30 p.m.
Yeah,
who you talking to? Show us some love, tap in, and we out.
Before we leave, damn, you didn't even give us you didn't even give names.
You just said,
that was crazy.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, it's a wild bull. But I guess I would. Oh, I see that. But it don't really matter no more. They didn't change the little thing. But no, I just want to take a quick second. Shout out to chat. Don P. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love.
For sure.
David Walker, appreciate the love. Ma Sharon, appreciate the love.
Hey, both Davids. We got Foster and Walker in here this week.
Foster, appreciate the conversation. And that was it. Shout out to the family. I feel like it's a nice little community that we be building.
No, big facts.
Yeah. Okay.
So now I am your host, Johnny P.
I am Old Head Rail.
It's Q.
And we out.